Niners! Start of a new week. It's only one more. One more of these before we find out, indeed, who is the choice to become the next 49ers superstar wide receiver. Oh, by the way, you checked out that Bleacher Report nonsense. I finally got a look at the clip. Yesterday I bookmarked it and said I'd come back to it later. All that hollering and screaming. He's got two guys standing on both bars. He's got the spools all the way down to the end, nothing but big plates. Does not add up to 2,000 pounds unless you count the pounds that those individuals standing on the bars weighted. And also, I'm talking about Catavia Street style. He did not do that. The dude is there. I don't know what kind of sit up they got him, but he's standing in front of the weights. It's not on his shoulders because, as I said, I want to see a dude rest 2,000 pounds on his shoulders and drop down. He'll drop down for the he'll drop down and he'll never drop back up, man. Oh, here's another question. What is up with Jason Verrett and Dante Jackson? I guess Dante Jackson, if the 49ers ever close, that's it for his NFL career. But remember this time last year we were talking about Jason Verrett like he was the next coming. Jason came out there and worked out. All we could think of is we ain't got to put up with Akello Witherspoon not another time. Akello beat him out. And then when he did get in the game, he just got brutalized. Then, of course, he went right to the IR. Why are the 49ers bringing him back? Okay, I know what you're going to say. Ronbo, man, you know they got to fill out a certain amount of people to put on the roster for the night. Yeah, I know. Okay. Anyway, headline news, NFL Draft 2020. Henry Ruggs and Cesar Ruiz gain attendance. 49ers interview CeeDee Lamb for the Lamb fans. And the only position that does seem near unanimous amongst his fam, and the media is that a wide receiver will be taken with the number 13 pick. There's no doubt about that, right? Will said, Ronbo, I done told y'all, man, we picking up Javon Kinlaw. And the thing is, there's a lot of people who do not want a wide receiver. There's people on OTs. I mean, there's a lot of other positions, but I would say if I had to put a percentage to it, at least 85% do want that sexy pick, which we never had a chance to get the sexy pick. Every year we get the guys we need to get. Well, we need to get a wide receiver, but never do we need to get a sexy pick wide receiver. It's always a lineman. It's always a safety guy. It's always a defender or something, right? So this year you get the wide receiver. Oh, finally we've reached that pinnacle. And it is a pinnacle because we came that close to being the Super Bowl champion. We should have been. And we will be next time, as I said. We needed maturity this year. I didn't know how actually on target that prediction was. It was a lack of maturity that lost at the end, along with the refs. But you got to play past. You know what? We're always going to have ref problems. It's the human element of the game. It's always going to be a pain in the ass, but it's going to be there. The next question is, who between Bama's Jeudy or Mrs. Ruggs' lightning fast baby boy Henry, and of course Oklahoma's CeeDee Lamb, is the one? I'm going to name him Neo when he gets here. If you're not a trade down fan, Michigan center Cesar Ruiz is becoming a regular choice by many with that pick number 1. I noticed, or pick number 31. I'm noticing that. I've seen Cesar's name a few times. You know, it's so funny because with a name like Cesar Ruiz, I don't know where I'm going to go check out, see where he's from. I went over there and I seen this dude that is very large and very dark, and I said, Cesar Ruiz? Dominican? No, Dominicans don't play football. They always play baseball. And that's not just a generalization or prejudice. That's true. How many Dominicans do you know play in the NFL? So, Cubano? No. I got to go check in there. He could be, though. I could be wrong. Anyway, Star wide receiver could be very, it's like my friends used to call me as a kid, man, because I used to hang around with Latinos all the time. If it was elementary school, you call me the black Latino, I mean, the black Mexican, There is such thing, really. I was the real deal. Star wide receiver CeeDee Lamb displayed Friday on an Instagram live session that the 49ers are one of the teams he's talked with during the pre-draft process. So unless CeeDee's just lying, we know the 49ers are interested in CeeDee Lamb. Lamb's fit in San Francisco is pretty interesting. Some evaluations are accusing him of being DeAndre Hopkins-like. So you got to be careful when you start saying these things, man. I mean, come on. If he comes in the league, what if he doesn't look like D-Hop? And then people start saying, man, that's D-Hop light. Maybe, I don't know. But still, others are calling him Dez Bryant's little brother. The reason for those comparisons is two things jump out when you watch CD play. First, he's an after-the-catch monster and a consistent winner on contested throws. Now, whether he's capable of running the route tree Coach Shanahan really does require is seriously up for debate. But it's clear he has the skills to be a productive player in the NFL. You look at Mrs. Lamb's baby boy, ate all his vegetables and drank his milk growing up because he grew up to be a pretty good size, 6'2", 198. And he paired that size with very good production in college as well. So, again, he's got fair speed. CeeDee caught 173 passes for 3,292 yards and 32 TDs in just 3 seasons with the Sooners. The young man did not take any days off, as you can see from all that production. It's pretty rare that Lamb simply beats a corner and creates a ton of space is going to be the problem we're going to probably notice. But Lamb's claim to fame is actually his talent for bullying DBs and refusal to be bothered by them when he's taking care of business. That could make up for his less than stellar route running. So, because the 49ers do like them some yak, don't they? Oh, they love yak, man. And it shows. We got yak all over the field. But his after-catch ability is also, as I mentioned, Shanahan creates, with his ability to do that, though, Shanahan creates a lot of space for wide receivers. That's going to always be a plus. So if the 49ers are looking at him, Shanahan's got something in mind of which he can design for CD and probably thinks he'll be pretty effective in it. Because, like you're saying, you're not usually dealing – you do deal with DBs to a degree in Shanahan's offense, but there are so many times when guys are just busted loose, completely clean, wide open. So, if you picked out your favorite mock draft Monday, though, today, did you notice – Dane Brugler of The Athletic? I love it, but I must admit there is some bias involved in my love for Dane's mock draft today because Dane is whooping it up for former Bama speedster Henry Ruggs the third. Oh, I do like this boy. I want him in here. Brian, I know what you're saying, Ronbo, man. I'm gonna give you my yak. You can give me your mock in a minute, man. Brugler is quoted saying, the 49ers will be hunting for another offensive playmaker. This is a quote. The 49ers will be hunting for another offensive playmaker in this draft, and Ruggs could be that guy. He is a ridiculous athlete who could be a lot of fun in Kyle Shanahan's offense, forcing defenses to account for him, Deebo Samuel, and George Kittle, unquote. Oh, I love that combination right there. Just jumps off the hook. I'm already coming up with names for the trio. Three Musketeers, of course, that's too cliche, right? How about the Three Amigos? I kind of like the Three Amigos, because we're in California. It makes sense, I go with that. Brugler selections for the 49ers. I look at the rest of his mock draft. Pick number 13, Henry Ruggs from Bama. Also, and pick 31, Cesar Ruiz, offensive lineman from Michigan. This is a big dude, man. He at center. Okay, I don't know if he has guard ability, but that boy, I look like he could play some serious center, and ain't nobody coming through there. Boy, Cesar will beat you with your eyes may shine, your teeth may grit, but Jimmy, you'll never get. This dude is, I tell you, man, if Richburg goes down, and he will before the season's over, You know, you already got Ben Garland in there, but Ben Garland might be versatile enough to move to right guard or whatever guard, too. We got versatile guys on the offensive line. I like Cesar, though. Round 5, pick 156. Has anybody ever heard of L'Jarius Sneed, cornerback out of Louisiana Tech? Round 5, 176, Alex Taylor, OT, South Carolina State. And also in round 6, pick 210, Alohi Gilman, safety, Notre Dame. This guy's what you call, he's actually very good at his special teams with a lot of starter upside. So they may take a look at him. Round 7, pick 217, Malcolm Roach, defensive line, Texas. I don't know anything about Malcolm. Round 7 also, we got 2 picks in that round. Sean McKeon, tight end from Michigan, right? So, you know, a lot of these guys, the 49ers are probably not going to match this. 49ers usually get every pick they pick is somebody they think can play for them. So I'm not sure about all these guys. Aloha, I checked into him, though. He looks like he fits the, which is John Lynch would go after a guy like that. The other guys, I haven't researched them quite as closely yet. Anyway, fam, listen, what I want to know of you is, give me a quick mock. If you can give me a mock draft, you can't take all day, though. You can go down through first 2 or 3 picks or something like that. But what you want to do with the first and second round pick. And also, if anybody can answer the $1 million question is, what's going on with Dante Jackson and Jason Verrett? I'm just kidding about that, though. But anybody want to offer any arguments tonight about why Mrs. Ruggs' baby boy should not be the starter? And I know Sheik said, Ronbo, I told you yesterday about that. And anything else you want to talk about regarding the draft? Hey, it's Matty S. Hey, shout out from Bend, Oregon. What's up, Matt? Keon Jenkins says, I would love Lamb, but we would have to go wide receiver twice in the draft because Shanahan wants a deep threat because Travis Benjamin is not the future. Boy, somebody's right on the same page. Who is this? Keon, man, I'm trying. People think Travis Benjamin's coming in to answer some questions. No, he's not. He's coming in to do the same thing as Dante Jackson, Jason Verrett are getting ready to do. Come in, get some time in, get a few dollars, help us out with training camp, and go home. Travis Benjamin's not the future, so Shanahan wants his deep threat and do it WR. And this all hinges around what they're going to do with Marquise Goodwin, which is still a mystery. Avatar Singh says, hey, I would like Ruggs at 13 and trade back from 31 for more picks. There you go. A lot of people feel that way, too. Tongan Man 78 says, at 13, it'll be either Javon Kinlaw, Derek Brown, Tristan Wirfs, Jerry, Jeudy, Ruggs, or CeeDee Lamb. In that order? Okay. Javon keeps on doing the squats, man, with people hollering and screaming in the background. It looked like it was Photoshop. I believe they had some cables pulling that thing up myself. Damian Lee says, Henry Ruggs at 13 and Moss at 31. Ooh, we saw that yesterday, I believe. Isn't that, that was what Dre did yesterday, I think. That's a good choice. Let's give Kyle some weapons. And this is the year they're going to do it, too. Because our defense looks like it's pretty tough. A lot of knot is needed on the defense. You need to plug in a couple of players here and there. But it's time to get that offense on par with the defense. And I'm pretty sure the 49ers' priority is in that direction. We'll see, but I'm pretty sure about that, actually. Defense will not be priority 1 this time. So your first pick, I'm thinking it's not going to be defense. It's going to have to be offense. Will, I'm just saying, man. Hey, Cynthia says, yes, a wide receiver at 13. See? I said 85%. I could be wrong, but 90. B49s. Hey, been trying to catch your work schedule. Been hell, but can you please give my wife, Megan, a B-Day shout-out tonight? Oh, I'm glad you got it. You know I love to give them shout-outs, birthday fashion. Let me get to Big J. Let me get right to B49ers. Big J says, I could see us drafting Kinlaw or an offensive lineman, then a wide receiver with the 31st pick. Ruggs isn't worth the 13th pick, according to his numbers. Big J, have you seen his numbers? Okay, that does not compute. Ruggs' numbers say every bit that he should be a top 10 pick. And he probably will be, which is worrying me. No, Jay. No, we have no agreement there whatsoever. Hey, Let me go get Cynthia's. I mean, big 49ers. Megan. Wait. Happy, 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 happy birthday to Megan. Happy Niners birthday, dear Megan. Happy Niners birthday, Megan. Happy birthday for dear Megan. Yes. Anyway, where were we? Oh, yes. Here he comes now. That man amongst men. Hey, Dre.
Yo, what's up, bro?
Hey, Dre. Somebody, this is the third time I see somebody. That's Will. Yo, dude, Appalachian State wide receiver. Who is he talking about?
I don't want no fucking wide receiver from Appalachian State. Excuse my friend.
No, easy, Dre, easy.
The hell?
Somebody else said something about that wide receiver at App State. Who is that?
What's wrong with these people, Ronbo? I don't know what's wrong with these people. I'm sorry, player partner. I cannot agree. I don't want no damn wide receiver from Appalachian State. You can miss me with that.
Especially, and Will, and I gotta concur on that. Especially when you got much better receivers to get. People won't get over it, Dre. Oh,
That's garbage. We got a man from Appalachian State. His name is Ronald Blair. I'm good with that, partner.
yeah.
No damn
Yeah.
Appalachian.
I agree with that, man. I got to get to one of that. I got to get Golden Boy. And it's better than Appalachian State. There's a couple more. I'll get Mims before I go to Appalachian State. All right, Trey, what's on your mind here tonight? Because, your draft is, I agree with Trey. Seriously. I mean, that was good. But what's on your mind now?
I did a lot of looking at defensive line and offensive line. There's a guy named Bots Lombardi. You can go to his channel, and he has all of the Senior Bowl practices between the offensive linemen and the defensive line. There is a guy. If you guys don't already know who his name is, it's Lloyd Cushenberry from LSU and Damian Lewis from LSU. Lloyd Cushenberry was the 3-year starter at center. Damian Lewis was the 3-year starter at guard. They was giving Javon Kinlaw the business. And when I say the business, they was giving him the business. Matter of fact, I done did some more mocks, man, and I got one of those boys, you know what I'm saying, on my mock draft, man. Them boys are amazing, especially Cushenberry, man. Cushenberry
he was putting a whooping on Kinlaw?
Oh, when I tell you he wasn't able to do a damn thing, he wasn't able to do a damn thing. And when I watched it, the defensive lineman who looked the best out of all of them was Marlon Davis in the one-on-one. They had him lining up at the 3 technique and at defensive end, and he was doing his thing. Him and Kinlaw was neck and neck, but the thing is, when Kinlaw went up against Damian Lewis or Cushenberry, he was stifled, and Marlon Davis beat both of those guys, a few times. So, yeah, man, y'all should go check that out, man. It breaks down all of the footage at every single practice and at the games for the Senior Bowl, man. And we're talking about the best of the best in the draft.
Dre, I got to tell you, though, them offensive linemen you're talking about, I'm more interested in them.
Yeah, Cushenberry and Damian Lewis from LSU, man. I'm telling you, Ronbo, I'm telling you right now, bro. If we could get one of them guys, I'm telling you the truth. Cushenberry would be my preference. He could play guard, but at the center position, man, he is a plug and play. He's ready. He is ready right now. Also, guard from Oregon, Shane Lemieux. If you knew anything about the Oregon line, they had one of the best offensive lines in the nation. As a matter of fact, they did a 15-minute promo before one of their games on ESPN, and you can look that up on ESPN. Shane Lemieux is, he was a 4-year starter, man. He can play guard,
I love
he can
that.
play tackle.
Polished.
Yeah, man. Also, Solomon Kinley from Georgia. They do some zone blocking scheme out of there, and he was a beast. Also, there is another guy from Ohio State who they have rated the best pass protection guy in the draft, and that's Jonah Jackson from Ohio State, man. They ran a lot of zone pass protection, man, and they did some zone runs there, man. So I've been looking at a lot. I've been looking at a lot of defensive linemen and a lot of offensive linemen today, man. As far as somebody who could play up and down the defensive line, man, Marlon Davis took the cake for me today. That dude is not his engine just keep on going. And when you're talking about a guy who's 6 foot, yeah, he played alongside of Derek Brown.
Yeah, I was getting ready to ask you. Give me some size. Go ahead. What were you going to say? 6'5" and what?
He's 6'3", 303 pounds.
Oh, 6'3".
Ronbo, this is my question. How many 300-pounders do you know who played edge in college?
I've never heard of one. There was one last year that looked like he might have been able to, but no.
And that's Marlon Davidson. Marlon Davidson played, I believe, 67% of his snaps was at edge, and the rest was at the 3 technique, man. When you're talking about running stunts,
over 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
bro. Marlon Davis. He wore number 5, and he wore number 5, and then Derek Brown wore number 3. And 9 times out of 10, if you couldn't get a good look on them, you couldn't tell which one was which, because number 3 and number 5, they kind of look alike at the top and the bottom, right?
And so good size.
Sometimes you can't tell them.
And good size, Drake. There's no pad level issues probably with him either. Yeah. Okay.
And guess what? We interviewed him. If you have a subscription with the Atlantic that Matt Burrows writes for, he has a sheet of all of the guys we've interviewed, and we interviewed. Matter of fact, he was the first defensive lineman that we interviewed.
Day. See, the 49ers know he's not one of the Golden Boys. They're gonna pick him up in their second pick. All right, Joe, we gotta close.
He's a Golden Boy. He's a Golden Boy. But I think these other names are just
who's they talk about? Who are they talking about the most? They talk about Brown. They're talking about Kinlaw. They're talking about Raekwon. Marlon Davidson is not a name you're hearing all the time, and I like that.
Man, I'm telling you, go look it up. It's Voch Lombardi, VOCH, and if you don't know how to spell Lombardi, you should smack yourself. Go look it up. Look at that film, man. And also look at Marlon Davidson, Road to the Pros, episode 1, man.
There you go.
He's a good young man.
All right, Dre. I'm gonna see you in a couple of days. All right. Yeah. All right.
Man.
Good stuff, Dre. Good info. Yeah, man. Love that breakdown.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Trey Trans, my player partner Will, Big Jerry Fresh, Russo, man, Shea Lewis, man, all the guys, man. Yeah, man, it's that time we locked down, man. So get on your computer, man, and get some film study in. Look at these guys that we already interviewed, man, and get a better feel for how they fit in our system, bro.
All right, Dre. Talk to you later.
All right, bro.
Good stuff.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Dre Lane. So now you watch that film because it gets you all excited about what's coming up next. And when they do call that name, you say, oh, Lord have mercy, we got us. And T. Breeze, former Viking Seahawks quarterback. I know I read about that. Man. It's sort of, when you read things like that, you have to freeze for a minute. Life is we're so fragile. It just can be gone in a blink of an eye. And that's why this coronavirus is so frightening. Fam, please be careful. Be careful. Daniel Garcia What's good? Closer to the draft, fam. Niners Empire 831. Danielle, I know, man. It's Victor Rojas. This draft class is loaded with wide receivers. I don't see Kyle drafting wide receiver in the first round. A lot of people think this way, though. Joseph Gonzalez says Ruggs would fit Shanahan's system, and we don't have another type of wide receiver like Ruggs besides Goodwin. Joseph, go to the head of the class. This is what I'm talking about. Connect them dots. 1, 2, 3. We got the triangle. Let's go kick some butt. Yeah! I got all elements of an offensive attack. I got the machine going deep. I got the inside killers. I'm ready to roll. Where was I? See, I lose consciousness every night. You got to call me back. Frank Johansson says it was so bad call, so bad. I like Jeudy at 6'1", 6'2"-ish, tall, great route. But like Jerry Rice type. Frank, man, you know, one thing I really wish people would stop calling Jerry Jeudy anything like Rice. Okay, maybe I need to go watch some more film of Jeudy. I feel really weird when people compare him. Nobody compares to Rice. Nobody. Just they don't exist. You know, we can make things like comparisons, like he looks a little like stuff that runs like, but it's dumb. It fits. It's Dollar Bill Will coming in behind us, playing pot in the drain with a rebuttal, I'm sure. Hey, Will, come on in here.
Ronbo, what's cracking, cuz?
You know how we do. It's almost draft day. Now's the time we start running smack. And Will, I love your choice in there. Dre didn't.
Wait, hey, man, hey, we both passionate about the 49ers. We're passionate about the game, man. You know, he got his opinions, which I respect. And
Yes.
I got mine, and
Yes.
he
respects.
I just heard his call, but that's still not gonna change my mind, man. I'm sticking with Ken Law, bro, because don't get me wrong. DeForest Buckner, man, he was a monster on that defensive line. The only reason we didn't keep him because he wanted $21 million, and the only reason he had a little fall off this season because more players came in and took most. They ate as well. Bosa, Ford. Armstead, which is getting right. You know what I'm saying? So that's why Buckner was kind of slipping off, man. Because you bringing other players in on that line that's making noise, like DJ Jones and all them. So you kind of not, you're not gonna get that spotlight like you had when you bring in other, good players, on the team. So it has to be replaced though. Ken Law, man, the dude he throws offensive tackles away like the rag. Oh man, what's up, Dre Joe? You know what I'm saying? He pushes offensive tackles away. He bull rushes a man like it's nothing. Like he's explosive. He can stop the run and he can stop the pass, man. The dude, he forces a lot of turnovers. I've seen these SEC games. Like I said, I'm an SEC fan. I watch all SEC games like every Saturday. Dre said he watches them too, but I watch them as well. And when I look at South Carolina play football, they play great defense. And Ken Law was a great player on that defense because he caused havoc every time. No player is perfect. You're gonna get beat sometimes. You're gonna get beat on the line sometimes. You're gonna get beat, or at the wide receiver position sometimes. Every player.
Real question, real quick. Well, you seen Marlon Davidson? How do you feel about him?
Man, I think he's a great. I really didn't focus on him that much because I'm more of a defensive guy with the defensive line. I only look at defensive line only. That's I played corner and safety in high school and college, but what helped me get a lot of turnovers and stuff in my years of football was defensive line. When I played high school and college ball, I was blessed to be on good teams. And whenever the secondary got turned over, it was based off that defensive line. That's why I love defense.
It seemed, Will, I think Marlon Davidson, I think he did play defense. And according to Dre, he outplayed Ken Law.
Okay. What else supposed to mean?
Yeah, I was just thinking, if the 49ers interviewed Davidson right off the top, they may know. Yeah. They may have. I think they're not going to leave that spot without a thug. So I got a feeling.
Ken Law was just a guy that caught my eye. I mean, he was just a guy that caught my eye. I see a lot of the Forrest Buckner in him too. I mean, I really do, and I really think that we should go ahead and just address that, and then get a wide receiver at 31. Because, like I said, you got so many great receivers. I think the receivers in the latter part of the first round, Kyle Shanahan's gonna groom them up to be great receivers, man. I mean, I believe all these receivers that's projected in this first round can do something in Shanahan's offense. All Shanahan got to do is get the guy open, and the rest is history, man. I really do. But why just go ahead and just address both issues while you got 2 first-round picks? So we let one of the best defensive tackles go. Why don't we just bring one that I believe that could be a great one in the NFL, and get you a good wide receiver later on in the first round who could be a great contributor to the NFL as a wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, kill 2 birds with one. Kill 2 birds with one stone, man. Get two good players in one round.
Well, you know what, though? Have you thought about it? It might be a real risk to try to pull a DeForest Buckner replacement with that first pick. Because you traded D-Buck to the Colts for 13. You got 13. Now, if you go and get another defensive tackle and he doesn't measure up, people are going to talk. It's a risk.
Do you think Solomon Thomas can hold up in that defense on that defense?
Oh, you know how I feel about that. Now, Solomon Thomas is one person I'm. You know what? Thomas is going to be rotated. I got a feeling after 4 or 5 snaps, if he's still the same Solomon T he was last year. Anyway, I don't know what to think about Solomon. I think they're going to address this, but I don't know if 13 is where they want to address it. Is all I'm saying.
But I mean, I feel you, Ronbo. But hey, it's a lot of talk going around now. Like it's heating up. We getting a lot of talks about different positions, virtual conferences with John and Kyle Shanahan. So we do not know. So we won't find out until the draft starts, man. But
they could make everybody mad and go offensive tackle.
Absolutely, man. But I respect everybody's opinion. Don't get me wrong. I understand we need a wide receiver.
And we agree with you too. We definitely need one. Yeah, we need somebody in there. If Solomon Thomas is the example, you would sell everybody immediately, Will. I'm already worried on a sly, but at the same time, I'm thinking, man, I think we got 3, 4 guys. One of them can get it done, and I definitely believe in DJ Jones. So, I'm not scared of that yet. I could be later, though. And if Kinlaw goes somewhere and does well, I'm going to say, Will told y'all. I was listening to him. Why? See? I'm going to go that route.
Well, it's all good, man.
Well, we got to go, fam. I'll be back a couple of days, though.
All right, man. Shout out to you,
develops.
man. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate what you do, man. Shout out to my TNT fan and my player partner, Dre. It's all love, man. I got you always, man. If you ever in trouble, I got you. If you ever in a fight, I'm going to jump in and beat the ass with you, man. So, I'm riding with you to the end, man. We just passionate guys who love this game, man, who love football, man. I respect all your opinions, without a doubt. You're my partner. So, shout out to Trey Trez, man. Shout out to the Ronbo Sports Fan Club, Rico, Jersey Joe, all them guys, man. Hey, look, man. Super Bowl 55, 49ers versus to be announced. Oh, yeah. And fuck him. All right, Ronbo.
Hey, Will. All right. Hey, let's go check out and see what's going on with Lee, who pays very close attention to anybody that's anybody in football as far as the college ranks go. So, Lee, please come on in here and spill some of that knowledge on us.
What up, Ronbo?
Lee.
Good. I was listening to the two gladiators.
The Dre Lee rematch from yesterday, yes.
the Dre and Will, yeah. But remember I told you, Ronbo, I looked at all those one-on-ones at Senior Bowl a couple of weeks ago. It might have been 3 weeks ago, and I said that I wouldn't want Kinlaw. I watched Cushionberry flip him and put him on his back. And he's another guy that I really want with the second pick if we trade back, but he might go late first, early second, and that's Lloyd Cushionberry out of LSU. He's a good pick. There's also another guy that I think Dre's mentioned, who was an absolute stud at the Senior Bowl, and that's the tackle out of Houston, Josh Jones. He's a baller, Ronbo. To me, he was probably the number 1 guy, followed by Cushionberry, but he's a tackle. If he fell in the draft and you got him in the late, he'd be real hard to pass on at 31. but I think he might go a bit earlier too because everyone's going to rush for tackles there, Ronbo. And his pass protection is elite. Like he's a stud left tackle too.
Ooh.
So if you could get him, yeah.
Yeah, Lee, do you think there's probably better left tackles to be found? Can you just leave McGlinchey where he is? And if you're going to groom somebody for Joe's spot,
Yeah,
yeah,
100%, 100%, yeah. Because he played right tackle and then he got moved to left tackle at the end of his tenure at Notre Dame, and that was my worry because I watched him and I went through and I was like, pay close attention to what his coaches were saying, and he said that he will come in day one and he will be all right at pass protection, but it's somewhere he'll always struggle with. And if you move him back to if you leave him at right tackle, that's his preferred side. He's better there. If you're going to move him to left tackle, you're probably going to see a little bit more of a decrease in his pass pro. So I'd rather leave him where he is. He's good there. He's solid in the run game. So, yeah, I wouldn't go moving him to the left tackle. I think you've got to draft someone. I know people like School, and he was good for a 7th rounder, and he will get better. But I don't think he's the long-term option. You could always just use him as a depth guy.
He's got solid depth.
He'll be behind. Yeah, because he gave up a lot of sacks last year. I think he gave up 6. McGlinchey gave up 5. Between them, that's more than all of our linemen joined together, Ronbo. So, I think that's a key thing for me too, is that pass protection and giving Jimmy a bit more time. So if we can get an interior lineman that can play guard or center, like a Cushionberry or Nick Harris out of Washington, they'll be good guys to pick up somewhere in the draft if you can get them. Looking at the draft, I said I want either Lamb or Ruggs if he's not there at 13, and then maybe trade back with 31 and get a D lineman and O lineman. I think when you look at the D lineman, you've got I think Dre pointed out Marlon Davis from Auburn. He's real good. He's solid. He was the running mate
I gotta
with
check that out.
Derek Brown. He can play inside and outside too. He's solid. He'd be a good pick there, and he's going to be there at 31 too. So it's him. It's the guy out of Texas, Blacklock. He's your agile. They've interviewed him. They've interviewed all these guys around that stage. These Elliott and Matabuke from Texas. So that's the interesting part, where they're going to go with that second pick, I think, or if they're going to trade back and get the capital. You looked at any of those linemen?
Lee, one question, though. How far back? If the 49ers would drop out of 31 and pick up another trip, I wonder if Davidson and Blacklock and some of these other guys, they got to be available as long as they don't drop too deep into the second round. Because if you're going to trade back from 31, you're going to have to go, you're going to get mid-second round at best, right? So, yeah. Wow. Sounds like a lot of these defenders are down there. But go ahead.
It's hard to separate these guys too, because they're like late first and the second rounders. Some could drop even to the early third, and there's about 5 or 6 of them. So we could trade back 5 spots and still easily get one, and then we get an extra pick, for day 2, which is smart. And I think that's the way I would look at it.
And for 31, you're going to be lucky if you get a mid-second round and early third round pick or 4th round pick. Yeah, second. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a few teams. There's the Jets. I think Ronbo, the Jets. There's Broncos. These are all teams. We got a good relationship with the Broncos. So the Jets have 2 seconds. They have a 3rd, and I think the Broncos have 2 seconds as well in the 3rd. And there's also the Colts as well. They've got a few picks there, quite a number. So any of those teams. And then I know people. Remember, I told you the other week. I said I don't think we're going to go corner, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Remember when I said that too?
Yeah,
because we're not looking at any corners early. And we re-signed a couple this morning too, didn't we?
Lee, you know what though? Verrett and Johnson, I'm not sure what I count them as, but yeah, okay. Yeah, we did. But as far as the question goes, Lee, you lose Lee? Lee, you there? Yeah,
hello.
Yeah, go ahead, Lee. Yeah. Did you hear me? I didn't hear you say anything.
Okay. I missed what you said just then.
No, I'm saying, I'm just saying we signed 2 guys, right? But they were Verrett and Johnson. I'm not sure what to make of that, but yeah, we did sign 2 guys to answer your question, though.
Yeah, they can definitely be camp bodies, but they painted the picture on, but you can see it like they haven't looked at any top corners like in the first 3 rounds. They haven't interviewed one. So remember I said to you, and I think they're really happy with who we've got now starting. It's going to be really hard for anyone that's not drafted in probably the first round to come in and beat these guys out who we got with the Moses, the Sherman.
Yeah, so why bother, right? I agree with that. And it's a priority situation. But don't be bringing a lot of cornerbacks in here, wasting picks. They're not going to beat anybody out. No, Mosley is not somebody who can just supplant just easily. And I don't know what to think about Dante. I mean, our other favorite guy. The wide receiver. Akillo. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with Akillo, but yeah.
Yeah, well, isn't his last year anyway on his rookie contract? So,
yeah,
this will probably be his final year to really prove himself because he started well last year and then he just faded out again, eh? So it'll be interesting.
It will be.
But Ronbo, you know who I really like? Before I go,
who?
That North Dakota guy. I'm calling him Baby Dosa Ronbo because
T-E-Z.
he's like a late round guy.
Hey,
he had what? 13.5 sacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had one thing I really I like is he had the quickest 3-cone drill at the entire combine, Ronbo. That's like the money drill for edge rusher.
But everybody noticed, though. You know, that's what worries me. All right. we got to go, Lee.
No worries, Ronbo.
Talk to you later.
For the Empire, thank you for all the work you do over the offseason. Cheers, Ronbo.
Thanks, Lee. All right. Looking forward to talking to you next. All right. Here, there's a rumor going on in the chat that Jack is no longer walking amongst the living. You guys are evil. All right. It's Jay. Jay!
Turbo.
Jay, what's up?
Hey, that's 1 second. I got you.
Jay, man, I tell you what, it's funny. We're still looking at some of the mock drafts are constantly. You're hearing about Ruggs is just getting a lot of attention. It's getting bigger and bigger. But you know what's really funny, Jay? The 49ers, CeeDee said the 49ers just called and chatted him up last Friday. Ruggs is being predicted by every other analyst to be a 49er in a couple of weeks. But the Jeudy conversation has completely stopped. I think the 49ers talked to Jeudy a long time ago. And they're not, it's the people they don't talk to are usually the ones that get drafted. Everybody, those of us who want a wide receiver say, give me a break with Kinlaw. He ain't coming. Because we know we can't get Brown because he's going to be gone before Kinlaw. So there's something going on. Jay, and also while you're trying to figure that out, why did we sign Jason Verrett and Dante Jackson again? Okay.
They know the defense and they can't body. You know, with them. And this dude Kinlaw, man, please, dog. He's not worth a top 15 pick. No, when you pick in the top 15, you just came from the Super Bowl. You get somebody who's gonna help your team and star for one. It's like we ain't getting no offensive lineman. Why are we just came from the Super Bowl? Why are we getting no offensive lineman and he's gonna sit on the bench? You know what I mean? Especially with the shortened all season. Kyle's not gonna start a rookie offensive lineman when he like Briscoe starting at guard. Joe said he coming back. We're gonna have a top 13 offensive lineman sitting on the bench.
Good point.
We just came from the Super Bowl.
Excellent point. He's a first-round pick. You don't make him come in and sit down. Not in the first round. No. Oh, Jay.
No.
He's just a tackle, not an offensive lineman.
No. Who are you talking about? Kinlaw? No, I was switching. I was just going around my conversation that I wanted to say.
Yeah, no. Yeah, he's talking about in general. Whoever you pick with pick 13. Yeah.
Right. I was going to go back to Kinlaw, but I was just saying we're not going to take an offensive tackle too to sit on the bench for a whole year when we just came from the Super Bowl and we got other needs that's going to get us there. You know what I mean? It ain't like
hey, Jay, and Jack's want to add to that. Kinlaw ain't guaranteed to start with that defensive line either. So, you know, you need.
He a bump. He a bump.
No, but he may be good, but who's going to sit down for him?
No, he a bump.
Yeah, I don't know.
He a bump. The best thing I see he do is get his hands up and back passes down.
Ooh.
That's the best thing he do.
I kind of like that skill.
And then his six sacks was against 4 of them was against lower competition teams and the quarterback ran into his arm. Quarterback ran around, scrambled, and then ran into his arm. It ain't like he got pressure. It ain't like he just came through like an animal. He only had 6 tackles for losses out of 12 games. Like, no. He don't jump up. You watch that dude, he don't jump off the tape. And I'm an SEC guy. I'm a Florida Gator. I watch, no, he don't jump off the tape. He's not. You didn't hear his name until the Senior Bowl came around. That's when everybody started talking about it. I don't want nobody, they start talking about the Senior Bowl. I need to hear you during the season making noise. Like, please.
I tell you that. Jay has came in and testified on behalf of the prosecution, and Kinlaw's going to jail.
He only had 20 solo tackles. That's not even 2 tackles a game.
Really? Jay, if that's true, that's not good. Okay, well, why is he getting all this love? I don't get it.
I don't know. He had a good Senior Bowl. He's big, He's big and strong.
Yeah, that's not reminding me. Yeah, see, that's not good. Okay, you know what? And also, you make a good point about why bringing these guys with number. If you're going to pick them in the first round of 13, he needs to start. We don't pick up people in the first round and they don't start. And if these guys aren't going to start, what's the opinion? You bring in a wide receiver. Is there any way that Henry Ruggs does not start if he comes into play with what he does? I'm telling you, I like Ruggs.
He's going to get at least 50% of offensive snaps, whatever receivers we bring in with that 13th pick. We lost Emmanuel. Like I said last time, we traded a 3rd and 4th round pick to get another receiver because Kyle don't trust the rest of the receivers. Why y'all think he's going to go in here and stop saying Kyle Shanahan can make any receiver better? I'm like, what happened to all these other receivers that been on the roster for years? In that case, he would have kept Pierre Garçon. You know what I mean? He would have made Dante a superstar.
Oh,
man, this
no.
that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense what you're talking about.
Will, wait a minute, Will. Wait now. Wait, Will. Wait.
No, what make no sense? Talk to me.
That don't make no sense. You said Kinlaw played in the Senior Bowl?
Yep.
No. Yeah.
He sat out in the Senior Bowl. What you talking about?
But he was at practice though. That's when they started talking about
No. You said he played the Senior Bowl, so you don't know what you're talking about. How you gonna say he played the Senior Bowl? He ain't played the Senior Bowl.
He was at practice though, wasn't he? Wasn't he at practice at the Senior Bowl?
Will, was he at practice? Why didn't he play?
He had tendonitis in his
knee.
That's why he sat out in the Senior Bowl.
See, Will.
All right, let's talk about his gameplay though. Let's talk about his gameplay.
I'm doing it. As soon as he said his knees, I was done with Ken and all that. I don't want no more tendonitis. No.
Well,
what do you see on?
We've been getting played with injury histories anyway.
Yeah, but I don't want tendonitis.
Before got tendonitis,
and he's getting on my nerves too. I don't want 2 of them sitting over there talking about my knee ain't working. Oh,
but
that's all I'm saying.
But you're gonna get rid of D4 too. He got 10. Now you're gonna get rid of him.
As soon as I can find somebody to replace him. Listen, Jay, we got out of time.
D4 ain't going nowhere though.
I know it's worrying me. And get another dude over there sitting up there, my knee. The itis is killing me. All right, take it easy.
Kinlaw is a good pick for 31, not 13.
Right. All right,
but
that's all I'm saying.
But he's gonna get picked up before the 31st. Before the 31st.
I know he might get picked up 25 to 20 somewhere.
Jay, we gotta go.
Okay.
Jay,
okay, brother. All right, I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna get off.
I will.
I'm gonna get off.
Well, hey, but Jay, be easy out there, fam. I'm gonna see you later. Good points.
All right, have a blessed night, Ronbo. Have a blessed night, faithful. Bang, bang, not again.
Yo, Jay. Because I got to think about you too, fam. Because I got to think about tendonitis now. I don't want to hear about tendonitis no more, man. Drake, D wore me out with that last year. But you know what's so funny? It wasn't even tendonitis. It was just that D uses tendonitis every year to say, during early season training, Yeah, it acts up this time each and every year. D, it's pretty interesting how your knee acts up every year during training time. How come? It is. I mean, it's just what happens. You know what I'm saying? I'll be ready for the season, though, Coach. I can just see now. D is running game on the 49ers. He's running on the Chiefs, too. Because all of a sudden the season starts, my knee is fine. All right. Shay Lewis, my God, thanks. Shay, that is very generous of you. Thanks. And Shay says thanks for always giving us a platform. Without you as faithful, wouldn't have a place to come together. Thank you, Ronbo, from all of us at TNT. We are grateful to you for Niners for life. And Shay, I'm grateful to you. Thanks, fam. That's beautiful. Thanks, fam. Oh, God. Yeah, no, I think it's a joke. There's nothing wrong with Jack. Tesco 2013. Hey, Robo, is there any way you could give your longtime caller Jack, my cousin, a shout out as he just passed away? We just talked to him a few days ago. He wasn't sick. All right, listen, guys, this is not funny now. We don't talk like this. You create biorhythms and things that could affect our boy Jack. I mean, Jack should calm down, but we don't want anything bad to happen to him. Come on now. This is bad taste. Good God. Sheik is happy we're not getting Kinlaw. Okay. He said, where were we now? Hey, Sean. Here's a guy that can shed some light on this situation. Sean. Oh, not yet. Okay. Jamie? Jamie!
I'm here, Ronbo.
Jamie. Okay, Jamie. As you've seen, we've already gotten started again, pretty much where we left off yesterday. And I was concerned about being Monday, and nobody says anything yet about Cesar Ruiz. And of course, the raging battle continues with that number 13 pick. One thing I'm writing down extraordinary points tonight as well, though. Jay just called in from as he's trucking around, taking care of the rest of the planet, getting goods from one place to another. Bless his heart. He came up with the fact that you don't be drafted dudes in the first round, especially in a season that maybe the preseason may be not enough time to put in for training. You don't be drafted a guy you're going to put on the bench with number 13. Now, if
you wouldn't have traded. You wouldn't have made that trade if you're just going to get a guy you're going to sit on the bench for a year.
Yeah. See, so any project or experiment or somebody they're not absolutely sure about, I don't know if Kinlaw fits that description of he comes in, he starts right now. I don't know if that's going to be the case, right? So you wasted that 13 pick. You can't do that. You just got rid of DeForest Buckner. Whatever you get, you better be almost sure about. And I don't think that would be it either.
Unless you get him down in like the early mid-second round, like that Justin Matabuki or whatever that Thomas Mott had on his his thing.
Yeah. See, that's okay.
That guy would probably go mid-second to a third round, and then you can grab him and just stick him in for rotation.
And work him up. And if he wins the job, good, all good, win-win situation, right?
Perfect. Hey, I got that nickname you're looking for Ruggs, Kittle, and Debo.
Yeah, what would it
be? Yeah, the Dirty Boys, because they're always doing whoever lines up dirty.
That's indeed. Is that what? Yes. Yeah. You know, because people don't know it.
Yeah.
But Ruggs, with all that speed, is hard to bring down.
Oh, doing him dirty.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
All right. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good one. So we got to put that in the pot. That's a good one.
All right, write that down. The dirty. Go ahead.
Dirty Boys, yeah.
Dirty Boys, yeah. Okay, write that down.
Yeah, about to get done dirty.
Otherwise, go ahead.
Dre's mock draft yesterday. It was almost perfect with what I think you and I both want. It was a good draft. I like that one.
Yeah, I did. And who he picked up his second round. That defensive tackle, right? Wait, who did Dre pick?
Yeah, he Blacklock. The other
Yeah,
one I was
Blacklock.
looking
Yeah.
at. Well,
See, that's an effective
he's
draft.
the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, same way. Either one of those guys would be perfect because they're not guaranteed a starting spot. They got to work for it.
Yeah. And if you
that's
earn
what
it,
we want.
again, a win-win
yeah,
situation.
plus he got that Moss. I think he got Moss in the third. I don't know if he's going to last that long, but if he did, that would be tight.
That is that is for the 5th round pick. He went for a tackle. Oh no, a 3rd round. He went for cornerback Darnay Holmes. Remember, he had a trade with the Lions too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
tackle guard. I thought it was good all the way around. I just don't know who that UCLA safety corner guy was. The rest of it was good. I liked it.
Oh, that was wait a minute. He's from UCLA. Oh yeah, it's Darnay Holmes, right? I've heard about him.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I watched one UCLA game this year when they were playing Washington State, and it was like 50-50 or something. It ended up in the 60s and 50s, and I was like, no, I turned it off.
Nobody's playing any defense at all. This is what
I'm
college
not sold
games.
on that one.
You look at and those spreads, and the spread was probably and they probably made the spread barely. Some of these games, blown out college games, are hilarious.
Yeah, 140-point game. I'm like, come on.
and they just barely beat the spread as they were 80-point favorites. That's how you get into bowl games in college. It's about production. They add all that stuff up into your bowl bid. God.
Yeah. Hey, where do you think that Ruiz guy is going to go in the draft? Because he's a center, right?
Yeah, and he's pretty highly touted.
I want that guy.
Yes, I don't. Yeah. He'll probably go higher than 31, though. So I don't think the 49ers have him 31 because offensive linemen are becoming worth their weight in gold. That's a lot of weight.
I think everybody in front of us is going to get an O-lineman. I mean, they're good O-linemen, and everybody needs them. And I think we're pretty lucky. I mean, we don't need them that bad.
Well, we got Brunskill in where Person was, and that was a leak. That's where we became the weak link in the Super Bowl. It's amazing how Super Bowl always expose whatever your problem is. That will be exposed, which is why.
Yeah, because they'll move their best lineman around to expose whichever spot, right?
Yeah. So they
were picking on him bad.
Yeah, and also, I really love E-Man Samuel, but the thing is, Sanders, had he had a little more speed, somebody said he got bumped or held as he was racing downfield. If that be the case, he may have been able to run to that. But I do know Ruggs, Goodwin, Hill, they would have been in the end zone for that shot. See, that's why say, you do need speed in this offense. So
the good thing is that all the mock drafts now are laying off of Ruggs. Everybody's starting to talk him back down to where he's going to come to us and fall in our lap.
I noticed that because they think Jeudy's going to go early. Yeah. Now, earlier was Jeudy, and now if you're going to go between Ruggs and Lamb, why do you need Lamb? You need Ruggs bad.
Yeah, you have to have the Ruggs. So you said they did an interview with Lamb, though, huh?
Friday, yeah, they did a conference, or not a conference, but I guess they did a social. I don't know which format they used, but they talked to him.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they're talking to people that are going to go a little bit lower as far as the D-line because they're bringing people in and talking to them. I don't think they're looking for a 13 pick D.
Well, they don't want you to know now. 49ers going to hide their cards between now and draft night. Jay, we got to go. Hey, Jay, I'll see you in a couple of days, okay?
Okay, I'll holler at you.
All right, man. Have a great night. Hey, and there he goes. James. God, good day, James. Come on in, man.
Hey, Ronbo. How you doing, man?
Ah, fantastic. James, how about you?
I'm good, thanks be to God.
All right.
Maintaining, staying safe, staying home, but
staying out of harm's way. Good.
Yeah. Praying for all those out there in the midst of it all, first responders and people that just got to be out there to work, man. But
all those people got to be honored after this. The dust settles on this misery. You cannot give them enough for what they're doing right now, putting their lives on the line every day of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Good grief.
Yeah.
Well, James?
Well, I'll tell you though, man, I've been listening to it all, and you know, it is some pretty good O-linemen out there, but I mean, let's not forget, you know, School and Brunskill didn't do a bad job at all. I mean, School had a couple of rough patches when we played. Who was it? I think it was the Panthers, and we won the goal line. We weren't even on the half-yard line. We were like on the goal line or something like that, and he sacked Jimmy in the end zone for a safety. But those are two very good young linemen. Let's just hope we can hold on to both of them because, you know, they're both good, and then they got, you know, they still got another couple of young guys, and I respect what that caller said about, you know, picking a guy at 13. He's an O-lineman. He's going to be expected to start, and who is he going to start over? Because, you know,
that's what
nobody is left.
That point that resonated, didn't it? You're not going to pick up an offensive lineman with 13 unless he's starting, and he ain't starting. Yeah.
It's because at the end of the day, we went to the Super Bowl with the line we had, and those were all not first-round guys on that offensive line. You know, but they held up good enough to go to a Super Bowl. Now, I can say that we do have available replacements that can start right now on any part of that line, as in Brunskill and School. Well, I know Brunskill can play guard, center, and tackle, but I think School can only play guard and tackle. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he's in School. Yeah, I don't know. School's very unorthodox. When you watch him play, I wonder where his technique. Sometimes I think the coach taught him one thing, and he gave a revised edition for his which is good. It works for him because he did a great job in college.
Yeah, he did. He you know, I mean, he really played really well at times for us. You know, he had a couple of rough patch games, you know, those wet games where we played, you know, like against Washington, I think it was, you know, in that monsoon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he is a rookie, though. And we have to remember, he's got to used to NFL speed. He'll probably be really good starting next year.
Mm-hmm. I do think, you know, I mean, it's a coin flip of who they would really take because we got some replacements that, you know, we could plug into play with the loss of Buckner, but it's also some very good talent out there. So I think their mindset is they're going to address the wide receiver issue and the defensive tackle issue, but it's just in which order are they willing to do it? Because I know if you try to say that somebody like Ruggs will still be there at 31st, I don't think that. No. I think he's going to be gone before then.
Oh, way
you know what
before.
I'm saying?
Ruggs is not going to last until 31.
And this guy and Debo with George Kittle underneath, and then hopefully even Jalen Hurd coming back. That's going to be an extremely scary offense, man, because you've got a speedster in Henry Ruggs, and then he's kind of like almost a clone of Debo in a way. He's got that physical feistiness where he fights after catches and contact with other DBs and stuff. But I kid you not, I'm going to be totally honest. I don't know if anyone else has seen this or not. I understand that other receiver, Jerry Jeudy, don't have the type of speed that Ruggs has. But for some reason, every time I watch Jerry Jeudy catch a ball, he's got this juke move that he puts on defenders, and he winds up still stretching that play for like another 3 yards. Every single time that a defender is in front of him, it's like a juke move, and he still gets 2.5, maybe 3 yards from just that jump move. In some
James,
cases,
you know what you're alluding to.
Yeah.
Jerry Jeudy has an ability to stop. It'll always it'll freeze the defender every time, and he can accelerate from that point like I've never seen before. I must admit, he is
that's
good
what I'm
there.
talking about. With that. I mean, because he has that type of factor alone, it's very easy to beat defenders, man. Because he has got the defenders he's played against in college saying probably when they get to the NFL, they got to remember playing this guy because his whole mindset is to beat you on every aspect of being a receiver because the catch ball.
We got to pull up, but James, you're right. He checks all the boxes. He just doesn't have the same speed, but you're right. There's no flaws in his game. He's good, no doubt about it. But James, let me see in a couple of days. All right.
All right, Ronbo. Be blessed, everyone. Niner Empire, Niner for life, and you got a new way of living with this social distancing and stuff, and we can still be alive. So be thankful, be blessed, and have a great evening. Thank you, Ronbo.
Hey, you, James. Good night, fam. Take care of yourself, and I know you will. All right.
You too.
And check out Flossie B. Russo, I feel you on those comments you were saying. Hey, Flossie.
What's good, Ronbo? What's up, fam?
Flossie B, you know how we do, man. We broke out arguing already. There's been some great points made tonight as to why you don't be picking up potential projects or somebody who you hope will do well. And that goes for anybody you pick out of the draft. But the percentages of bringing in a defensive lineman at 13, he needs to start. Who's he going to beat out? DJ Jones ain't going to sit down for any one of these guys that are being drafted. And even that doesn't matter who it is. So obviously he's not going to start. And Solomon Thomas, we don't even know if Solomon Thomas is going to wake the hell up this year or not. What if he does?
But we got hope for him, though, Ronbo. So
I do
we
too.
think he going to do something, man.
I wish
you know what I'm saying?
he
Because we ain't really just seen him.
He's on our team, Flossie B. I wish to God he would. I'd be so delighted. God.
But on some real talk, Ronbo, I like bringing back Verrett and the other cornerback, man, Dante Jackson. Man, I like Dante, man. At first, I ain't like Dante for a long time, but Dante, we kept cutting him and shit. He got tired, shit. Dante finally started standing up. He like, man, they got something to prove, man. I like Dante, man. For real.
Hey, Flossie, you remember last year when we first found out that Jalen Hurd could block? Dante was the one who got mad. Jalen was just whooping his behind all the way down the field, right? And Dante and him got into it, and they had to ask Jalen to ease up, lighten up. It's just practice. Because you know how rookies are. Rookies are, Jalen's in there, I'm here to get a job, okay? And he can't handle it. Handle the heat in the kitchen. Get the hell up out the kitchen, you know. So I couldn't stop laughing. Dante's complaining.
I really say for real, Robo. I really do think, man. I ain't talking about the 13th pick. I really do think after this draft we need a damn tight end, man. We need another tight end. We need another killer. We need another Kelsey, man, on the other side of them, so they can't even. So we can just counter. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know which side.
Do they have one in this year's draft?
Man, to me they do, man. I like Cheyenne O'Reilly, and I like that boy Adam Truman, man. I think they both can run, block, and they can catch the ball. You know what I'm saying? And Truman, he was saying Kittle is his favorite tight end.
Is that right?
So he modeled his game kind of after him. Yeah, he's 6'6" too.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody's saying a receiver, even though we need a receiver. And I'm not saying in 13, but somewhere in this draft, we're going to have to get us a nice another tight end, just like a killer type tight end to where they can't even guard one of them. You know what I'm saying?
It would be nice. Has Iowa got any more tight ends? Because Iowa puts out a good TE product. I don't know if – I haven't heard anybody. Last year they had two. Neither one of them made a big splash last year.
Our defensive tackles, we stand up. We got Ronald Blur. He gonna stand up. We know DJ. He had his best season last year before he got hurt. You know what I'm saying? He gonna stand up. DJ Jones. He a monster in there.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He was coming on last year.
We could even bring back DeMontre Moore, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Just on some safety stuff. We don't really need no defensive tackle. You know what I'm saying? Because he better than Kinlaw to me. Because DeMontre, he a beast in there. You know what I'm saying? If we just find him back.
He's the guy you put on the edge mostly. But there's gonna be some problem. They didn't even call DeMontre back yet, did they?
No, they ain't calling back. But I'm just saying, just for future references, we got somebody.
Yeah, they're available right now.
You know what I'm saying?
Thaddeus Moss. You heard Thaddeus Moss is a tight end, Randy's boy.
Yeah, Randy Moss. Yeah, Randy Moss son. Yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder about him because Dre likes him.
See, that's what we need. We need another tight end, bro. We need a tight end. We don't need no more cornerbacks. We good at that position because ain't one of them cornerbacks that we gonna draft gonna beat out the people that we got already.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
There ain't no point in wasting that
pick. A wide receiver, a DT,
unless you get a CUDA. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We need a DT eventually. Well, we just ain't no pressure on one of them. You know what I'm saying? We need one eventually, just ain't no pressure.
Flossie, what about this year though? If you're looking at your corners next year though, you're looking ahead. I mean, what if Sherm doesn't come back next year? Maybe a Kello breaks out this year, and maybe we could start a Kello and Mosley if Sherm does decide to call it a year next year. I'm
looking at Lamar Jackson, and I'm looking at Arnett. You know what I'm saying? For
later rounds
that we could get. Yeah, exactly. For the later rounds, I'm looking at Arnett for the second, maybe third pick. You know what I'm saying? Even Lamar Jackson in the fourth, maybe fifth. We can get a fourth or fifth somewhere down the line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
and I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this LSU tape too. I know we don't need no running backs, but this dude so remind me of Matt Breida, man. And he is so damn fast for LSU. They running back, man. That Clyde Edwards, Hiller. That boy there, go look him up, Ronbo. That boy there is fast.
Can he catch? Can he
look
catch
like
the ball?
Matt Breida.
Can he catch out of the backfield?
To be honest, I didn't see no damn catches like that, Ronbo. I didn't see them. But he did catch a few passes. I did see. So yeah, he can catch out the backfield.
Yeah, that's an integral part of Shanahan's offense. He does want a guy, which I don't know why I didn't use TC more, because TC is pretty good at that. But McKinnon is going to be that guy this year, I guess. Shanahan's wanted him out there forever, so he'll get his chance. We'll see what happens. Flossie, we gotta go. Let me see you in a couple of days.
Yes, sir. Nine Empire, stand up, man. Bang, bang, not a game. We going somewhere, man.
Yeah. Flossie, take care of yourself now. Keep those hands clean and everything else.
Too, man.
All right, thanks.
Man, we got to, man. Y'all got to, man. Y'all have a good night, man. Stay blessed, man.
You too, Flossie B. Have a good night. And
appreciate it, Sam.
Thanks, Flossie. T. Breeze, good Lord, thank you very much, T. Just people show some love to Ronbo Sports. Dig in your pockets and donate $1 or $2. It don't matter. This is on behalf of my TNT brothers. And Big, we love you. Thanks for it. I'm on TNT. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Hey, let's get on over here and check out IB. Indian boy.
Rambo. What's going on?
You know tonight, man. It's like, the reason I love these conversations we have, there's always, you do it all the time. Tonight, Jay just hit me with a brick. And all this arguing we're doing about number 13, if he's not a sure starter, if he's not Nick Bosa-like or something like that, he ain't going to get picked up at 13. Because he got to start.
Yeah.
And we got a shortened preseason. You gonna use that 13 and make him sit out on the bench? I don't think so. So whatever you do at 13,
I totally agree.
In fact, it's so scary for that reasoning alone. Also includes the fact that maybe you should trade that 13 and get out of that first round. It's food for thought. What do you think?
I mean, it's ways to maneuver, but I think like everybody else said, I don't think we made that trade for Buckner to get in that position to trade out of the first round. I think 13 is a very solid pick. I think a lot of players are going to fall to us. Hopefully, it's Ruggs. In my opinion, I believe he's the best for our offensive situation right now. But as far as a defensive tackle and all this Kinlaw stuff, man, if we really and I ain't saying all of us, because I know I'm listening, and I know some of us is very knowledgeable. But if we really paying attention to this, man, we can get the right position at defensive tackle that's going to fall to us if we trade back with that 31 and get back in the second and third round. Man, it's a ton of players, man, a ton of the defensive tackles, man. I mean, like we said, Marlon Davis and Devon Hamilton, Gallimore, Blacklock. You know what I'm saying? And then there's other players, man, that people ain't thinking about. You know what I mean? Khalid Hudson, you know, Yasir Durant. You know, he's another player, offensive tackle or guard that we need to look at. You know, when that position comes up. So, you know, I think we tripping over the big names and all that, but it's all about how we position ourselves in this draft, man. We got a lot of capital, and I think we got to make the right moves.
If anything, we've already seen every year we see things that we shake our head at with John Lynch. I don't know who he's got scouting for him, but they need to get a raise. These names and people that come in that fit the program, see, that's the thing right there, IB. The guys that are out there doing their work, they know what this program needs, what's going to benefit this program, who fits the profile, and that's the thing. We don't be, like you're saying, stop tripping on these names. Get the guys that will fit.
One week it was Raekwon Davis. The next week it's Ken Lowe. I mean, but honestly, it's a lot of players that really fit our system. It's a lot of hybrid players right now. You know, I mean, today's signing kind of threw me off, to be honest with you, with Dante Jackson, who I understand is more of a special teams issue. You know, and I think he's solid for special teams. Verrett kind of surprised me, because that means that we actually going to try him out
again.
Yeah. And so, if he's healthy and he can actually go within the season, that he brings a different element. So
I wish,
you know, it's just like the Travis Benjamin thing. You know what I mean? The dude can play ball,
he can
man.
run.
The dude can play ball.
Yeah.
When it's time and when he's healthy, he can play.
Yeah.
So it's all about durability, man. But it's a lot of guys in this draft. You know, Reggie Robinson. I like this guy Kyle Duga from Lenore. You know, I even the California kid Ashton Davis. I think later on in the draft, third, fourth round, if he pops up, we got to take a look at him. I like Cam Brown from Penn State. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of boys, man.
They're all over the place, and we're going to find out who they are. And the 49ers are already interviewing people that a lot of people are wondering who they are, and then you go check it out, and then you see, okay, I can see why you guys are looking at him and talking to him. But a lot of it's smoke.
Ronbo, I even in the sixth round, I even go so far as to go back to Iowa and pick up their quarterback Nate Stanley, bro, because he knows Kittle and he knows those guys. You know what I'm saying? I know we talk about Mullins, I know we talk about Beathard and all that, but one of those guys got to go eventually. You know what I'm saying? And we realistically gonna have to think about it. Who's the product? Who's gonna lead us after Garoppolo? You know what I'm saying?
They're looking at a quarterback right now this year. Surprisingly, kids, what's his name? He's out of Texas. Mason Fine. What? You know anything about Mason?
Nah, I saw his name. I think they said they was looking at him last year too.
Really?
If that's what I read correctly.
Okay,
yeah.
If Kyle's looking at him for a second year, he may have and possess that stuff Kyle likes. You know, because Kyle likes things that some of us don't understand. So
it popped up on the net today. I saw that. So I'm not too familiar with him. I was kind of going through my own mocks a little bit today. So. You know, but man, it's a lot of players, man. Lynn Bowden is still a guy. It's who's the running back? I can't even think of his name right now.
There's a kid out of Wisconsin that is crazy good. If the 49ers pull a running back, I'm gonna laugh though. So you know,
but It's the coach, man. It's you know what I'm saying. It's the system. You know what I mean.
All right, fam. I mean, let me see you in a couple of days because we're going to run out of time here. But yeah, I agree. It's always going to be the coaches. Their verdict is one, and we got to listen to it. All right, fam.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Have a good night. Thank you, Rumble.
You too. Thanks, IB. And
Bye-bye.
yeah, it's Monday night, of course. So, well, it's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. So, I know you've got some problems with what's going on here now. Show!
Yes, sir.
Speaker down, show. It's making all kind of weird noises. Well, show.
Is it better now?
Yeah, I can clear it up. All right. Well, show.
Okay.
All right. Go right ahead, show. I don't have to ask you any questions. I know you've got exactly what you want to say already ready to go.
Well, I'm going to give a little breakdown of why it makes a huge difference at picking a wide receiver at 13 versus 31. The wide receiver at 13, he has better football IQ, number one. Their attributes are a lot better than second round and third round players, which meaning it won't take them as long as Deebo did to develop. Deebo didn't start developing until Emmanuel Sanders got here, which was in October of 2019, and we drafted Deebo in April. So that took quite a while. And either of the big three that we keep talking about, Ruggs, Lamb, or Jeudy, not only is their football IQ pretty high, but their talent is so much better than a second or third day wide receiver.
So I do need to see Wonderlic scores on all these guys first before we make that policy. You know what I mean? But
I'm sorry. You need to see what?
Wonderlic. You know how all the players.
What do you mean?
You know the Wonderlic test is, right? They all made to take the Wonderlic, and then of course you can judge a player's ability to grasp concepts and that type of thing. You know about the Wonderlic, don't you?
Okay, yeah. But anyways, their traits and their overall talent is just better. A lot of people keep thinking that they're going to be taken in the top 10, but I keep repeating myself on here that these teams in the top 10 cannot afford to make a sexy pick, otherwise they're going to end up in the top 10 again next year.
Yeah, well, good point.
You know what I mean? Like they can't afford. Number one, a lot of them don't have quarterbacks they can really trust or rely on. Number two, they don't have a lot of the teams in the top 10. Our defenses are so depleted, it's not even funny. And number three, their offensive lines are horrible. You know, you build your teams through the trenches. Mm-hmm. That's how you start building your teams.
That's the route we took.
That's how you build your teams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and teams know that. They're not stupid enough to select a wide receiver in the top 10.
Now, show. I just want to back it up a minute because the fact of the matter is, I used to tell you about that, and you wanted more offensive play, and your reasoning was, you guys have already seen the 49ers win a championship, and I still want to see one. And offense wins championships. Remember that was you?
No, I said offense. That was a long time ago. Come on now.
So now, Bob, just stop laughing because now you're going. I'm telling you, this is good sense, and now you're talking good sense. You gotta build your trenches. You gotta.
Exactly, and my point is that two of the three at least will be there. I don't know about the Jets and Raiders because I personally feel the Jets will go Ruggs or Jeudy, but I think, like I said, Gruden has never drafted receivers with his high first overall pick.
He probably
throughout his history of being a coach.
He's had bad luck. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's always signed veterans ahead of rookie receivers, and you know him; he's a quarterback guru, and he doesn't build his team like that, you know. So
no, I agree. I honestly do. But where are you going with this?
And not only that, their deal with Eli Apple fell through, so they have they need to address their corner situation. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they went corner at their 12th pick.
Are you talking
Jets?
Know,
so
or Raiders?
No, the
Raiders now. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
the Raiders,
so yeah,
well,
I mean, one of those big three will be on our laps, and we will take one of them at that 13th pick. And what the Kinlaw fans don't tell you is that Matt Miyoko pointed this out the other day when I read an article about him, about his scenarios and whatnot, and he pointed out that Kinlaw is going to take time to develop. He is a 2-down player. He's not a 3-down player. Yeah. And we already have enough of those guys behind Buckner. And that's just basically repeating yourself of drafting somebody and taking a risk on that doesn't make any sense to draft somebody like that.
If you're getting a project,
you know what I mean?
Not with the top first pick, no. Yeah, I agree.
We are in a position now where we can afford to start building on the outside. And if you guys want Jimmy Garoppolo to be in the MVP conversation and not see Kyle Shanahan fly to Minnesota and knock on the door of U.S. Bank Stadium, hey guys, what do you want for Kirk Cousins? you need to get Jimmy Garoppolo his number one wide receiver.
And show with that. That's right. And the thing is, that's why people aren't. Kyle's not blaming Jimmy for everything. Jimmy needs more help than just Jimmy. Okay, but show we're out of time, and I'm going to see you in a couple of days. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to the TNT family. Y'all stay safe and take care, please.
And you too.
All right.
All right. So
good night. All right. Thanks.
Night. Yeah, that's the biggest reason behind people saying Kyle doesn't trust Jimmy Garoppolo. Hell, Kyle doesn't trust a lot of people out there, and it ain't only Jimmy. Hey, Dion!
Ronbo!
Dave.
What's going on, brother?
D, we're having trouble stoking them fires. Everybody's got an argument. We'd be the best lawyers in the world if people brought the case in for whomever player. But some people presented an outstanding case. Can you see Dre and Will in the courtroom? The lights would go off. The court would have to adjourn for recess.
Oh yeah, man.
And they like each other.
Two in there, man. Yeah, they be going in. They be going in, man. I kid you not.
But
it would be flat out hilarious.
Oh God, yes, made for TV. But you know what? Here's the thing. I'm still stuck on what Jay said. You pick up a person at 13, he better be a starter because that is 13, and that is what you got for DeForest. And if you're not going to start him, what are you doing? So, well, your position on that, because I'm looking at that kid Ruiz, and between CeeDee Lamb, who just got a conversation for the 49ers Friday, and my boy, Mrs. Ruggs' child. I want him so bad on this 49er team. But that's only me. How about you, D?
You know me, man. I told you the other day, I'm not depending on what we do with Travis Benjamin and or Marquise Goodwin is whether we need Ruggs or not. And to me, it doesn't make sense, once again, that you bring in another speedster to try to you can't have a bunch of guys just run nines, run go routes, and run like a simple skinny post. You can't just have a bunch of guys that do that. Shanahan's offense is way too complex.
Exactly, but remember, we also rebutted on that with a lot younger, a lot less money, and
and a lot
more
cheaper.
efficient. Yeah.
Yeah, I can dig that, but for me, to be honest with you, I'd have to say it makes, to me, it just makes better sense to just go ahead and, go with what you know.
And who did you have at 13?
Would just make sense.
Who did you like?
For me, I had CeeDee Lamb.
Okay.
I had Lamb. That's who I had. I had CeeDee Lamb. I was like, because I think he's better. I think he's just a better overall player, and he's going to fit the scheme better than what most people would think. I know a lot of people like Jeudy, and I know a lot of people, like Henry Ruggs because of his speed and everything. But I just feel like it makes more sense to go with the dude that is a little bit of a bigger body, and at the same time, a guy who just can run routes, in a proper way.
Well,
and at the same time,
that's one of his issues. D, I just want to ask you a question on that though. Now, you got CD. Now, how much are you going to alter what you do with Debo now? Because there's some similarities between their jobs. How are you going to do?
Oh, you don't alter nothing with Debo. You leave Debo alone. Debo does not get touched. Debo is Debo. Period. That's it. You will not touch Debo. He will be who he is.
Okay.
He will be that guy in our system that is the Swiss Army knife, and that will not change.
Yeah. Okay. So no,
because you got to think about it. Like, look at
Now, just on an offensive setting, man. Where does Debo, how do they work together?
Oh, you put Lamb at 1 and you put Debo at 2. Just the sheer size alone from Lamb is going to trump Debo being the starter. You know, you have your second receivers. Your second receivers can always be 5'11" and under. That's usually how you see it. If you have a starting receiver, your starting receiver typically is at least 6 foot and over. Because your average defensive. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know what the size, but are you assuming Jalen Hurd's not going to be available this year?
I honestly don't believe he will. No. I really don't. Because if we had a bead on anything that happened with Jalen Hurd, just a smallest minute, idea that he's healthy, he's good, we're going to be fine, we're not going to be missing him, then we wouldn't even be thinking receiver. I can tell you that right now. Because we would be fine going into the season with Hurd, Debo, and KB. And then possibly banking on the fact that Trent is done with all these foot surgeries, he's done with everything else, and we could actually insert Trent into the slot. Debo, KB would unfortunately slide down to the 4th receiver, but the thing is he would be spelling either KB or Jalen Hurd, and that's only because he already knows the system, and plus that's Shanahan's boy. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Shanahan said it himself. It's like his son.
But
Deion, do me a favor, bro. Do me a favor real quick, please. Don't stop mentioning Marquise Goodwin and Travis.
Yeah, I was getting ready to ask you about Marquise Goodwin. I don't think he figures into the equation, Deion. I really don't. I don't know. I just don't see it.
Don't do that. That's all I got to say. Like that don't make no sense. That's nonsense.
All right, Dre. I can't imagine.
That's Dre. Oh, what's up, Dre? I ain't heard from you in a minute, bro. I saw you on your draft special. You did a bang up job. Draft special was amazing. I feel you on your point. There, Dre. My situation with me mentioning them strictly is the fact that they are on the roster. Yeah. And you heard him say, I'm not gonna get rid of them if they ain't. If I gotta trade them, I gotta do something. That's the only reason I mentioned it.
You don't want to waste them. That's true. D, we got to roll, fam. Good stuff though, and you made your point. It's solid. All right.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you later.
All right,
fam.
All right, man. You have a good evening.
You too, D.
All right.
Yeah, as I say, these are all good points. He's right. Marquise Goodwin has not been released, and you wonder what Shanahan's thinking and what is his plan for Marquise Goodwin. Travis Benjamin, I sincerely believe he's just in for a look. I don't see him staying with him because we got too many receivers, and he just may be adding to the list for some reason, but I can't imagine what. Hey, Rick!
What's good, man?
Rick, man, as you know, we're doing what we do before the draft. Everybody's making a point for who they think should be taken in the first round and beyond.
Right.
But Rick,
right.
Rick, you know what, Rick? I'm still thinking Weston Richburg is of concern. I wonder how much of a concern to the 49ers is he? Richburg is going to miss every season. He's going to miss some time. He can't help himself. That's what he does. Cesar Ruiz is a monster. He could be had at 31, but are the 49ers going to keep 31? And you already know the argument about CeeDee and of course, Ruggs. But where are you at on that?
Right. With first addressing the first thing about Weston Richburg, I think that's why we re-signed Ben Garland, just in case because he had to take over for him. And so if that's the case,
you know what I worried about?
We would need to.
What if Garland came in and he got hurt? I worried about that the minute he came in. I said, who's going to play center next? And we just got rid of Mike Person. Now, who's the backup center? Because Person could have played backup center. So now it's just Ben Garland and Weston Richburg.
Yeah, I believe so. I just think that not at 31, because I think we're going to trade out of that. So I'm thinking we'll try to go with Ruggs or Jeudy. At this point, I pretty much will go with Ruggs first. 31, I would see if we can trade out, maybe with Chargers or somebody else, get back some draft capital. I do like caller said before, possibly looking into another tight end, Adam Troutman out of Dayton, I believe, or Cole Kemet, or even Thaddeus Moss from LSU. Because the thing about it is, kind of adopt that two tight end set like they had in New England, whatever the case may be. Look, I'm all for another D tackle, but I think we can find somebody else later in the draft, or if we want to, maybe in the second round, maybe that guy from A&M. I think it's Justin Otto something. I can't pronounce his last name, whatever the case may be. But I don't know. I think I like Dion just said. I'm kind of iffy on. First of all, I'm kind of out on Trent Taylor because 5 surgeries. That's kind of worrying me, man. Because I mean, the thing about it is, it's not just that you're having surgeries, but it takes time to re-heal and everything else, and then it almost takes you a year later to get back to where you previously were. Because after you, a lot of times, because we all saw Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman from last year was a lot better than Richard Sherman that we got when he first signed to us, because he was coming off his injury, and I think that would be kind of the same thing we're dealing with Trent Taylor. Hopefully,
they said Taylor was ready to play long before the season ended. But he couldn't be. He wasn't eligible to get taken off the PUP, but the IR or whatever he was on. I think he's okay.
Right, and then Jalen Hurd. The only issue is with the back, man. That back thing, because I mean the thing about it is because the way he's not a finesse player, he's a physical player.
Yep.
So he don't mind selling out and taking a hit, but we don't want it where it could be a career-ending type of situation, whatever, or get hit one time and he's out. So that's the one I'm really concerned about. I think besides Ruggs, in the first round, I think we'll trade out. We may look into tight end or defensive tackle or even the cornerbacks just for depth. I know we just re-signed Jason Verrett and Dante.
Yes.
Jason Verrett. Jason Verrett and Dante Johnson. Dante Johnson, I really believe he's just there just to be on the roster for practice squad, because I don't think he makes anything. Because we all remember how Jason Verrett got burnt and afterwards he got set down.
He was like that to give him a new uniform. His clothes just got burnt up. Jason Verrett ever comes back to what he was a couple of years ago, good Lord. That's just
but I mean,
sad.
the thing about it is, even with Jason Verrett, it's like, okay, but that was, how many years ago was he Pro Bowl? It was like 2013, 14? It's like
was that
6
far?
years ago, bro.
I thought it was 17.
It's a while.
Okay.
Nah, I don't think it was that far. I think it was further than that. But, you know what I'm saying? Each year, the game keeps passing you by and passing you by and passing you by. And so it takes even more to get back. And I don't know, man.
I don't have any faith in him.
At this point, I do trust our GM. I do believe that we're going to have some what picks. It could be even
every
start
year.
With 13. He could start out with, hey, I'm going to go with the offensive lineman. Give me X, Y, Z. But we never know. I mean, I like Ruggs first, but I mean, you could say, you know what, I want one of the main guys. Give me Thomas or Tristan Wirfs if he fall to us.
Those guys are guaranteed to go before. But if they do, if a guy like Wirfs falls, he'll get the nod, because he for sure is a day one starter. So that's the thing.
Right.
Rick, we got to go though, fam. Let me see you in a couple of days. All right.
Absolutely. Hey, everybody stay safe. Everybody wash their hands, social distancing, all that, man. We will get through this. Niner faithful, Niner empire, man. You have a good evening, man.
You too, fam. Night.
Okay. Night.
And now, one of the founding members of TNT, Trey from VA. See, one thing we've not been tonight, though, is cute and cuddly. Trey cannot accuse us of that.
Fine. And I do mean finally. Brother Ronbo. How you doing, sir?
Doing fantastic. Anytime. I love this time of year. We're not playing any games, But it's so much fun to see the going back and forth. Everybody works in the 49ers front office, and they know what they're doing, Trey.
Shout out to you. Shout out to production. Shout out to my TNT fam. You know what I'm saying? But, now it's been cute. It's been cuddly.
Yes.
Been, you know what? As a matter of fact, all of you that don't believe in rugs, Ronbo, if you don't mind, let me get one installed.
Uh-oh. And now, as we traditionally do on Monday Night Raw, it's time for a session of Let Me Holler at You. Go ahead, Trey.
Well, I'm going to holler at you now. Ronbo, I would say get out a piece of paper, but get out your phone real quick.
Oh, I got my laptop right here.
Get straight to your calculator real quick. Everybody, get to your calculator real fast. We're going to do some math. I'm going to make you a believer. If you don't believe in me, maybe you'll believe in math. But here's the thing. Henry Ruggs, in his career at Alabama, I hear that, he's not a number one, and he wasn't the best player.
I
Henry
do
Ruggs
find
had
that one annoying.
96 receptions, Ronbo. He had 24 touchdowns.
Wait a minute. Hey, Big J, listen up, Big J. All right, go ahead.
Now, hold on. If you divide 96, if you take 24 out of 96, you get 4. That means that he scores a touchdown in a quarter of the plays that he touches the ball.
That's phenomenal.
That's unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
That's disgusting. That's not just explosive, that's dangerous. My goodness. Thank you, Nick Saban, that he didn't touch the ball more. They actually made it a game.
That's it.
You talk about opening up the field for other players, Ronbo. Oh, yeah, can I throw in that he had a 75-yard end around too, Ronbo, for a touchdown?
I'm not surprised. Once he's out, he's gone.
Not only are we talking about game-breaking, game-blazing speed, we're not talking about something that you've seen before. He has better hands than Jerry Jeudy.
I've heard that too many times. That's got to be true.
When I say that he runs better routes, he doesn't get touched. Now, when you say that Jerry Jeudy was the number one, actually he wasn't. Devonta Smith was.
I keep getting that wrong. That's true. What's that kid's name? There was number one on Bama's squad?
Yeah, Devonta Smith. Yeah, Smith. Yeah, exactly. He had more yards than Jeudy. But here's the thing. Like I said, he scores a touchdown on a quarter of the plays that he catches. That's unheard of. That's ridiculous.
If he gets a third, if he gets a little less percentage than that in the NFL, we got to be happy.
You got to have that type of game-breaking speed, Ronbo. Now, do the math. If I'm lying, I'm flying. If you can't, if it's not a quarter of the percentage, I'm trying to tell you, Ronbo, Tyrann Mathieu was playing linebacker in the Super Bowl. He was up there at linebacker depth because nobody could get by him.
God, that bothers
Nobody
me.
could break loose.
No respect.
That's what we're talking about. And we're talking about he didn't drop the ball, Ronbo. He had one drop last year, Ronbo. One drop, so the hands ain't an issue. You say, well, he's not durable. He didn't miss games. What more do you want from him? Like
no
I said,
hamstring
the only
issues.
reason why
I love fast guys with no hamstring issues.
Nick Saban had 4 wide receivers. That's why he didn't get the ball more. But if you score on a quarter of your plays, if every other time you touch the ball, it's a touchdown. That's explosion on another level.
I agree. Got me sold.
I rest my case.
It is.
I rest my case. If you don't want that on your team, you're a hater.
I love that ending. It is true, though. And with a team that already has Deebo Samuels on it, I got Trent Taylor. I don't know if he's going to be healthy or not, but I trust that he might quite possibly be.
We're not saying that he's the best receiver. We're saying he's the best receiver for us.
He adds it up to make the machine. He's that distributor cap, right? He's that catalyst. He's that bomb. He's that one that makes Kyle Shanahan's offense go full. I almost said full Monty. Maximizes that offense all the way.
And here's the thing, too, Rob. I'm going to get up out of here on this. Just remember this. All you people that don't want Kinlaw, that just means that Solomon Thomas is starting. And that's disgusting. I'm going to get into Kinlaw later. A lot of you are wrong, and I've got a lot of numbers, but what I'm letting you do is build your case so that when I dig deep into the numbers like TNT do, I can prove how wrong you are. Just remember this.
Yeah.
You don't get 10.5 sacks in the SEC, and it's easy.
We can't
later,
have
Ronbo.
both.
Appreciate you. Appreciate production.
Thanks, fam. Trey, we always appreciate you, fam. Always bringing the drama, always bringing the facts.
Hey, look, man, I was on hold all night last night, just listening to Trez talk at the end of the night. And I was just listening. I was ready to jump in. I was ready to say something. But he was just killing the point. We appreciate everything that you do. I think that the token that the guy gave you tonight is only a little bit of what should be coming your way, Brother Ronbo. You do this for us, and we appreciate everything. We don't always got to agree. We just got to appreciate the time.
In fact, we do better when we don't agree. It's more fun. All right, Trey.
Oh, and one more thing, Ronbo. Cameron Dantzler.
Who?
Cameron Dantzler, the corner out of Mississippi State. We already talked to him. He is the best cover corner in the zone. He held down Alabama's receivers. He held down LSU receivers. He held down Florida receivers. And all of them are getting drafted top 2 rounds.
We'll
talk about that later.
All right, fam. Looking forward to it. All right, Trey. Good night.
Yes, sir.
Dantzler. I can't wait. See, these are the guys the 49ers are going to see. And they're not being mentioned much by the media people. Leon!
I couldn't help myself, Ronbo.
You couldn't?
I listened. I couldn't, man. Listen. I've been listening to the last few shows and everybody running around talking crazy, talking about Kinlaw wearing. Listen. Dre, I'm with Dre. Shout out to Dre.
Yes.
We're getting Ruggs, Ronbo, at 13.
I'll take it.
How many years have we been complaining about not having a number 1 receiver? Now all of a sudden we lose one player and everybody wants to talk about we need a defensive tackle. We can't continue to put money into one position group, Ronbo. It doesn't make any sense. Like that's retarded. Like our offense now has to catch up to our defense in order for us to have a balanced team. We need the offense to be just as deadly and just as feared as the defense. In order to do that, we need a wide receiver that's going to take the top off. I'm sorry, I do not trust Marquise Goodwin anymore. He's like that coworker you have that calls off once a week.
Yeah.
Okay? So can everybody just stop with the foolishness, please? It's just ridiculous, man. Like, I've never seen anything. We lose one player, everybody lose their dang mind, forget what we've been needing the last 7 years. Come on, man.
And I do not want the honey badger standing behind the linebacker anymore. That really bothers me. People aren't worried about the 49ers speed anymore. Oh, I want them to have to hold somebody accountable. You guys can stand there behind the linebacker and talk about, all right, Niners, do your best. Got your butt. Oh, no. That's got to stop.
Right, exactly. And somebody had mentioned getting the tight end. I read something a few days ago that Jalen Hurd might end up being moved to tight end.
Yeah, so, I forgot about that. We just said that yesterday, actually.
Right. And then Kyle really doesn't like to, quote-unquote, have positions anyway. So he's going to use the player where he fits. So, we get Ruggs at 13. And, we signed for Rhett back and Dante Jackson, whatever his name is, back. And we still get a quarterback at 31 because we can fill in all the other gaps in the later rounds, Ronbo. Like, we don't need to go get an offensive tackle. We have School and Brunskill that are going to be 1 year removed from a full season and the Super Bowl, so they're going to be better. And and then we have Coleman. So we're not as bad off as everybody wants to think. Oh, we're going to lose Joe Staley.
I keep forgetting about Coleman.
Looking at his replacement, right? So it's like, look at what we've been doing. They've already been building for the future. We don't have to panic. It's like everybody within the empire is panicking. Yeah. It's just they're building for the future, and now we need to build the offense. We have the running back room solidified. We may get rid of a running back or two, depending upon who stays, who goes. But now we need to fix the wide receiver.
Got too many.
Right. Now we just need to fix the wide receiver room. And if I had to pick who we're going to lose in the running back room, I say get rid of TC, keep Breida, Mostert, McKinnon, and we got to keep Jeff Wilson Jr. We can't let him go.
I know, ain't he cool? He's a guy's a hero. Yeah. Every time he does something special.
Right, exactly. So I just had to call in and say that everybody was driving me crazy the last couple of nights. I just wanted to see how long they was going to go on their panic tangent. So, that's my take, Ronbo. Ruggs at 13, let's get the speed. and we'll fill all the other holes the rest of the way, man.
If he lasts at 13, it's gonna be such a moment as we sit there. 49ers are on the clock. Roger Goodell's sitting in his basement. From what I understand, he's gonna be in his basement calling the show, right? Roger Goodell. The 49ers are on the clock. I don't know how they're gonna set it up in his basement. I guess they have the clock on another shot, right? 49ers are now on the clock. We'll pause for this. We'll be right back. And then, of course, here he comes, right? Click. The San Francisco 49ers select out of Alabama wide receiver Henry Ruggs III. And, of course, I'm gonna go ballistic. All the Ruggs fans are going to lose it. Meanwhile, them Kinlaw dudes are going to say, man, they wasted that pick.
Right. Exactly. Like we need another defensive lineman. Come on, man. Be for real. Come on, man. Like, we poured so much money into the defensive line. It's ridiculous, Ronbo. Like, come on, man. They're not going to get any better.
All right, so
like,
we got to respect it, though. And I do have, but I have a lot of faith in DJ Jones and some of the guys. I really wish Ronnie Blair was coming back full health. I don't know about what's going to happen to him. That means right now we know Solomon Thomas and DJ Jones are going to be our guys. With Contavious Street possibly backing them up, we don't know what Contavious is ready to do. I like Givens, but there's a lot of question marks. We'll find out, though. But Lee, we gonna go, fam. Let me see you in a couple of days.
Sounds good, man. Like I always say, man. Niner since a minor was a nation to an empire, bro.
Yeah. Night, Lee.
Night, Ronbo.
And now, let me go say hello to Shaleo. Shaleo!
What's up, Rumble?
Shaleo, I'm thinking, pick 13. I have made up my mind. I've heard all the arguments. If I was Judge Jeudy, I can't believe I said Judge Jeudy. Judge Ronbo. How'd you do that, Ronbo? Jeudy just flew out of the mouth. Anyway, I'd have already made my decision, and I will give you my response after this in a moment. And to go back to commercial, come back. Yes, indeed, it is going to be whoever. If you don't like it, I'm taking Ruggs. But see, Shaleo, I know that you have different feelings. Shaleo, what is going on? And also remember, the center position with Weston Richburg is the subject tonight. Can't trust Richburg. Ben Garland's going to be fine, but Ben Garland needs some help. I got Cesar Ruiz in there. But Shaleo, what are you thinking?
What I'm thinking is, how about them Cowgirls? How about them Lambs? How about them Seacocks?
Yep.
And last but not least, how about them Oakland, Las Vegas Trader Raider Joes?
Hey,
Lambs are broke.
Bruce's going to take our guy away from us.
I got to bring them up, man. I got to bring them up. The Lambs, man, they broke. They got Jalen Ramsey, and he's waiting for his money. Jared Goff got paid. Oh, man.
They're renting out parking lot space in their new stadium already to people who don't have anything to do with football. Trying to make a little extra money.
True. Yes. And McVay has that face after the Bears game where he's just looking like something bad happened.
Oh, and Chanel, remember his face when we beat him in the last couple of seconds? And he was just sort of standing there as the scoreboard is underneath him. McVay's face, the muscles froze up in his face. He couldn't stop with that glazed look.
Oh, yeah.
Go home, Rams.
Like
Go
Sam
home. You
Darnold.
lost again. Take it. Take your L, get in the bus, and get the hell up out of here.
He got 3 points in the Super Bowl.
Trash. Like 2 years of embarrassment. Oh, God.
You don't hear from the Lambs fans anymore. They're gone.
I've been looking for them. I hashtag
even
them
the Raiders
Twitter.
fans. They don't even say anything anymore.
No, they don't. Remember the piece we're having now, Shaleo? I've not seen that. I'm trying to remember last time it was either the Raiders or the Rams.
Because we whooped their
Hawks
ass.
On occasion.
We whooped their ass so bad they had to move to Vegas. That's what happened.
I wish they were still there because we whooped their butt so bad that they have no license to show up saying a word.
We beat him with a Walmart quarterback.
Yes, indeed.
We got him he was working at Walmart.
we got them over, man. We whooped their ass.
Woo! Raiders, come on back and join the party. Rams, you know you're always welcome in here.
Yeah. Now, Ronbo, let's get down to 49er football.
Oh, God.
You know what, man? I think we need a wide receiver badly.
Yeah.
Bad. I mean, if Goodwin wasn't in the Super Bowl, like he said he was injured, which I doubt. And Dante Pettis was hurt as well.
He has lots of injuries, but all of them aren't physical.
And we only had KB and Debo and Emmanuel Sanders playing. That's sad. That's messed up.
And George Kittle.
Our whole team should be playing.
Yeah.
Okay, Jalen Hurd and Trent Taylor are understandable. They got hurt, but these guys, man, come on, man. Like, good, like for real? Like, you that mad at Jimmy? You done follow him?
Hey, Shadil, I thought I saw that. There is some rift going on between Goodwin and Jimmy G, isn't there? He unfollowed him. Yeah.
Yeah.
What could Jimmy have said? You know what? After he missed that deep shot downfield, I wonder if their relationship went south after that. You know, because Jimmy may have accidentally said something. I can't see him saying something really nasty.
He must have said something. Or something must have happened in the locker room where he got pissed off. Or Goodwin was just pissed off at everybody that day. He didn't want to speak to anybody. Who knows?
Yeah. Or Marquis said I was wide open. And Jimmy said, yeah, well, last time you were wide open. You know, little things like that. Maybe Jimmy's joking or whatever. I really wish I could find out what happened to their relationship.
I don't know, but you know what? It could have, you know, if everything panned out, we would have had our Edelman and Dorsett. I'm not even joking. Goodwin could have been our Dorsett, and Trent Taylor could have been our Edelman if he was not hurt.
Yeah, yeah, and that's why Taylor's coming back is so important. If there's nobody else is open on the pattern that you really want, ideally
and Kittle's
to go for,
our Gronk.
Yeah. Because Taylor's going to always find a way to get open. I mean, there's no defender.
We saw that in 2017. We saw the highlights. You know he could make big plays.
Yeah.
So, I think we need a top of the line receiver. I don't care any three of them. It don't matter. They're going to drop to us as well. The Jets are going to take an O-line.
Yeah, I know. They're going after the big guy.
It's just going to depend on the Raiders.
I know, right? Raiders are going to get Jeudy. Guarantee they're going for Jeudy. If Judy's available, that's who they go for. They're going for Jeudy because Judy's already touted as the most skilled wide receiver all around. So, but Shalil, you are the most skilled. I mean, when it comes to picking on the Raiders, the Rams, and Seahawks, you are the number one guy. We got.
I hate them. F them. Yeah. Hey, shout out to the Niner Empire. Yeah, them too, Cowgirls. We got to play them this year, man. We got to whoop their ass.
Can't wait.
That's another team. That's on the hit list. We got the Raiders. We got the Seahawks. Now we got to go after them. We got to whoop that ass. Shout out to the Niner Empire. Thank you for the platform, Ronbo. You have a good night.
Thanks, Leo. You too. Hey, and there's an Ellis signing. Ellis!
Yo, Ronbo. What's happening, fam?
Ellis, at this point in the conversation, at this point in the evening, you already know, Ellis, we're going back and forth about the things we like to go back and forth about constantly. I just added, though, that Weston Richburg may need a backup this year. And that 31 pick is, if you were going to bet, go to Vegas, and Vegas had a line standing there saying, are the 49ers going to trade 31? Are they going to keep it and pick up Cesar Ruiz or whomever? What do you think?
You know, I just been hearing. I think I heard about Cesar Ruiz. I think it was like several weeks ago. Somebody brought him up, and then I just actually got to look and see him. But I mean, that's a position that we definitely need to be keeping, you know, a close eye on. And I mean, if he's, you know, if he can come in and rotate immediately, and maybe even, you know, be utilized on the offensive line, you know, in another position in the meantime, we need those utility guys that can play multiple positions. I think, that's what says a lot about the quality of a player. If you can be able to move him around and he can play at a high level in just more than one position, those guys have a lot of value. And yeah, man, you can't replace that, man, because you got guys. I only know, the left. I only know, left side DN. This is my only, or whatever the hell it is. It's like you don't want guys that are less likely to, have at least some other attribute. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't, put it past that he could be some, potential. I don't feel like that would be who we'd snatch at 31. I would see that would be the only, time that he could potentially be available, because he might very well be gone before that. You know what I mean? I'm just hypothetically. But yeah, man, I'm still on the Henry Ruggs train. I'm not deviating from that. I've been watching him. He plays on the outside. Yeah, he plays on the outside, and I was, it's easier to be effective when you're playing on the inside, because you have a lot of, different gaps and holes, and the options are a lot more, easier to get in pocket, to get some, passes, some catches. But Ruggs is playing on the outside, and he's balling and doing what he's doing. I mean, at a high level, and he's just barely behind. Was it CeeDee Lamb? I was listening to. I forgot who had those numbers yesterday, but he's barely a few
stats production
yards or yeah, man. Are you kidding me? And he's got like 30 less, attempts or whatever was it, 60 and something else. Okay, man.
Ellis, immediately what jumps out on that is the fact that this is the man that gobbles up real estate. You can build housing tracts on what Ruggs just left behind on a single play, and that's not sometime. That's very often. We need that.
Yeah, man. I don't think that. I mean, I see Javon, Kinlaw, and I know a lot of guys are seeing him as being a value player. The only thing that I have issue with is this pre-existing injury and health conditions that these guys have already had. We look at Jason Verrett. I mean, look at what we're dealing with D4. Look at all these different guys. I'm only saying that because that takes away from our ability to utilize these guys long term, which is what we need. We need them to be playing more snaps, not having a limited season where you play, barely a third of the season or even half the season. Like we're not going to put all our eggs in that basket and only get, a quarter, if that, of the production. It's just too much of a risk factor. And, so I don't see us doing that. But later on, I'm sure in the other rounds, if we don't do anything with that 31st, we end up swapping that for some second, third round picks. We'll get the guys that we need, man. I'm really not concerned. I mean, I'm just going to be honest, because I've said since the beginning, I trust John. I trust that whole entire staff. And, we have to, at the end of the day, we have no choice but to trust them, but they are trustworthy.
True.
They have already shown us the quality
that they can do it.
What they can come up with in later rounds and everything. So I'm not concerned. I just want to hurry up and get it over with. I can't wait. I'm excited. I think we'll all feel really good once we get this season going and we can start seeing these guys all together. I'm starting to see more of Jerry, Jeudy, and CeeDee Lamb getting some more, being more in the conversation. But I was watching some other guys. They were talking about that Henry Ruggs would be a better overall for us and our system. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's just a perfect piece. You know what I mean? And he's the guy that'll come in and start right away.
There you
I
go.
feel like it's going to be a toss-up, but we got it, Ronbo.
We got
you know what I mean?
All right, Ellis. I'll tell you what. Actually, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Actually, so and by the way, those phones you were talking about, that'll work as long as it got a mic.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. I'll talk to you shortly.
Okay, family.
All right.
Thank you. Shout out to you, Ronbo. Download that Ronbo Sports app, y'all. Hit the like, subscribe. Y'all stay safe, man.
Yeah, Ellis, you too, fam.
All right, Sam.
You got to stay safe now. All right. Night.
Peace and love. Peace and love. Want it.
Yes. Hey, there he is, John V. John, come on in, man. John,
Ronbo,
I just realized, I'm glad you came. I realized just so signing off, John made a contribution. John, thanks again, fam. You really are awesome.
No problem, brother.
John.
Hey, man, Ronbo, you have more than earned it, brother. You are our saving grace to all of the things that go Niner, man.
Really?
I can tell in the chat, everybody appreciates you, Ronbo. Your patience with every caller goes unmatched. Anyway, let's go to it, brother.
Hey, John, you've heard it, man. I'm thinking at 31, if not trading out, what do the 49ers do? Ruiz's name keeps coming up in some mock drafts. Why do people think Ruiz is coming to San Francisco?
I don't know, Ronbo.
Yeah, but 13 is still everybody's argument. But John, go ahead. I know you got something on your mind. Let it roll.
Man, Ronbo, it's mainly depth. Depth, man. We need depth at the defense position. If that hasn't proven to be true since last year, some of our studs that we're anticipating still yet to recover entirely. So depth, man. Depth at the defense is imperative, man. That's the reason why we made it to the Super Bowl. We had depth, and we didn't even know some of these guys had the talent. So let's not even go there. But
that's true.
31st, Ronbo. If we went with, if we kept the 31st, I mean, I don't think anybody's assumed anybody would back up a center, I guess. I mean, look at this thing. We got three quarterbacks are going to go before us, a couple of offensive linemen, a defensive BT, maybe a corner. And then you guys get your pick at your receivers. I clearly support everything offense. Of course, I want to see points. I'm a defensive guy. So if anybody spoils our pick, it won't surprise me one bit, just to spite us.
I know, right? Raiders. Big Show's pointing it out right now, actually, on the chat.
The Raiders, I absolutely promise you, Rombo, that it's crossed their mind. Come on.
Because they would do anything to hurt the 49ers' feelings. We've given them grief for the last 2 years. Remember the coin toss, John?
Oh, absolutely. No doubt about it, which is why I could see them taking a piss on us if they had an opportunity. But that's besides the point. I mean,
I know he's that type of guy. I'll bet you Gruden is just like that too. All right, what's his GM's name? Anyway, he looks up and says, "All right, we're gonna go ahead and we'll scrap Jeudy with this pick." No, hell no. You know why I'm gonna take Ruggs? Just to spite those 49ers. You know.
Absolutely. Why not?
I could see him doing that.
I could too. I like what they're doing. I mean, I like the things. They're sniffing out this guy from North Texas. I mean, this guy looks like he's like a little Russell Wilson and a Drew Brees. The guy threw like 9,000 yards in 3 seasons.
Wait, John, who are you talking about? Who's sniffing him out?
Mason Fine.
Oh, the 49ers. Yeah.
That quarterback out of North Texas. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know something about him?
Stupid good, Ronbo.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Yeah. I liked his highlights. I mean, I kind of think that they're just trying to. I think they're just trying to throw everybody off. I mean, hey, look at me over here. Look at me over here, North Texas. True. Nobody's looking at anybody from North Texas.
No, he meant no offense to the good people of Texas.
No, none at all. But I mean, these guys are competing at a very high level.
I know. Hey, but this is it for CJ though. You know, I don't know if Kyle feels like he needs to always have 3 quarterbacks, but CJ, this is last year. I don't think they're picking up his they didn't have an option. I don't think they're going to pick him up next year.
I wouldn't miss him if he did. It's okay. Yeah, I appreciate what he did for us.
I do too.
But I mean, I'm not gonna cry over it.
Yeah, because we'd cry if he got brought into the game.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, every game he led us in. I mean, when the fourth quarter was ticking down, like 3 minutes left in the game, I just watched everything fall to hell. Everything from picks.
Oh, God.
Terrible. But Rumble, I'd like to see us somewhere in the second or third, even the fourth round, because there's plenty of real estate in those rounds, man. And I'd like to see something happen. So the 31st brought us something a little sooner. I don't want to sit out those rounds, Ronbo.
Yeah, I know. It's too long. It's really scary. I can't imagine that. And we're going to watch players we wish we could going every other team. Oh.
Absolutely. And I want to see the offense flourish. I do. I really do. But again, I want depth to defense. I love defense, Ronbo. You know that. So
and John,
I like Kinlaw. He's got some weaknesses that concern me, but I mean nothing that could be developed out.
And you need not worry. As long as John Lynch is running things on his end, there's going to be defense. So, but John, John,
I love that. That makes me happy.
You know it. It's a yin and yang. They work together really well. John, we'll see you in a couple of days, okay?
I can't wait, Ronbo. See you soon, brother.
Thanks,
Thank you for everything, my man.
You're
Good
so
night,
welcome.
brother.
Hey, appreciate you, John. Good night. Oh, now here's a call that we don't get. Emilio's at work. Emilio, see if you can find a quiet spot so we can get those crashes. Oh, God, that's loud. Good evening.
Well, I ain't gonna be honest, I just want to say this stuff. I was just listening. I ain't got too much to say.
You must have, because you got it. Go ahead, Emilio. What is it?
No, like I said, I didn't have too much to say. I just wanted to say what's up. I was just listening, to what's going on and what people thinking, what potential player we can get. To me, it doesn't really matter as long as we get what we need to make Jimmy better and this team better. That's my whole really take on it. Mostly I want a receiver because Jimmy needs a receiver. Since Sanders left, we need that receiver.
It is worrisome, isn't it? But you know what? Sanders, he left some education. I think those guys got to stay with it. And they had to grow anyway. They're going to grow. With Kyle Shanahan, you got to get better unless you're Dante Pettis.
No, you're right. No, that's what I'm kind of glad Sanders came at the right time that he did and was able to actually school these guys and let them know, hey, to be better, you need to play harder. So,
and do a few things right.
I would like. So I rather would have him stay, but it didn't happen because he said he wanted to be in a more pass-happy team instead of our run team. So I understand. So
you would have admitted it.
So it's good. It's not. Like I said, at least it admitted it. He didn't talk bad about the team. He didn't say nothing bad about it. Like I said, I appreciate his opinion. It's cool. Like I said, now it's up to Debo and the rest of the guys and whoever else we did.
Boy, that little added maturity they got last year, and Kendrick Bourne is taking on a whole new complexion, and Debo's gonna be a monster. That Super Bowl showed me right there. He is so ready for the NFL. Cut him loose next year, Kyle. Cut him loose. So
I feel the same way. He needs to, at this point, it's up to the players themselves to do if they really want to succeed. It's up to them.
Yep.
Like I said, they already had veterans. They had Shanahan to show them the way. You had veterans, so now it's up to the players we have now to show.
There you go.
Show them either right or die.
There you go. All right, let me let you go until you get a day off, and we feel like there's a war going on behind you. By the way, Emilio's keeping that food coming. He's one of them guys that we got to appreciate right now, even more so. So Emilio, keep up that good work for him.
For sure. All right,
fam. All right. Have a good night, fam. Emilio at work. All right. Okay. Brian Ford makes a comment. Do you know that on one draft, as I told you yesterday, had me in tears laughing? He's got the Raiders picking up Tua at number 12. Tua's stock seems to be falling for some reason. I'm not sure why. He's showing everybody this pro day he's fine. But if you can't examine Tua, it is a risk. But Gruden might do it because he's had enough of his quarterback. Here he comes. Sheik, come on in here and make your case.
Ronbo, what's happening, man? What's going on? There's a lot of chitter-chatter going on as well on Monday night.
Well, there you go. You already know what's going on. So, Sheik, what is your take on everything Niners, including my boy at number 31? Are we going to use 31 for a center like Ruiz? Or are we going to do something else? What's up with that? And, of course, the ongoing debate between CeeDee, who just got a phone call, or just got a call from the 49ers Friday, and your guy and mine, Henry Ruggs! Oh, he's not Sheik's guy.
I mean, is he a one, though? That's the question I have. Is he a true one?
I'm not looking for a true one. I'm looking for a scheme fit, but no, he's not a true one. I'll answer that, though.
Yeah, but for 13, you could get those guys in the later rounds, like Antonio Gibson. If you want Bowden, if you want gimmicky, you want this type of guys that come in and I know he's like a deep threat. He's
4-2?
nice routes, but
I need 4-2 now.
He could be a 4. He could be a 4-3. Is 4-3 all right?
No,
but it's
but 4-2 is nice.
But,
and I think he was having leg
gotta
problems.
Think about too. Yeah, but this thing is, we need a number one. And I get it. Kyle Shanahan is like, you like to spread it around. But, if, like you said, back in the day when he was in Atlanta, if they had a Julio, he would love multiple Julios on this team. But, I think he's still trying to find his Julio. He got his Debo. Now he wants his Julio. And I think between Lamb or Jerry Jeudy is the guy. But let me just go.
I don't want. I just want to tell you though, George Kittle's always going to be the number one receiver, no matter who they get. But go ahead.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, yeah. It's spread the wealth because that's the thing about this team. I love Ronbo. There's no selfishness. There's no give me the ball like AB or Terrell Owens. It's not like it used to be back in the day. This is a new team. This is a great chemistry that we got with these guys. So whoever they bring in is going to be one of those guys because Kittle.
That's why Kittle. I mean, I don't think anybody's ever going to be a number one in this offense, no matter how good you are. George Kittle's the go-to guy. He is the guy.
Yeah, no doubt. That's why, Kyle Shanahan looks at New England, for example, with Gronk and Tom Brady. He's definitely been watching those films back in the day. He's been even sent it himself. But the thing is, Lamb. He's a little bit more he has total package. He has a lot of the built. He has the blocking skills that the 49ers will love. And that's what Bart most likely they interview for because, when they do the running tag, you have that guy blocking right in front of him. And then that being really nice. And he could do definitely the other plays. And, but Jerry Jeudy, I like a little more because he was competitive with these top teams, just like Ruggs. But Ruggs had 40 receptions. Jerry Jeudy had 70-something, 1,000 yards. Jeudy was like 700. Man, I get it. We got to spread the wealth, but Jerry Jeudy, if he falls or Lamb, you can't pass on over Ruggs. You cannot get Ruggs over those two guys.
Got to do it. Got to do it. And you just made the case yourself. Ruggs on less attempts did just as well as Jeudy.
But we have Deebo Samuel for that. He's a different maker as well. If you want those breakout skills that he does, he could do that.
You know what though? I got to tell you, Jeudy wasn't even number one on the Bama team.
No. It was like a little bit that Caden something Smith, I think.
Waddle.
But Jared Jeudy is the thing is he might be not the one, but he's been the man in that team for years.
Well, but I'm saying if he wasn't number one at Bama, he might not be number one in San Francisco.
We'll see. It's spread the wealth, but the thing is, the talent like that you can't pass. But let me just say this about Cesar Ruiz Ronbo. Obviously, we have Richburg in here.
Oh,
and
maybe
Ben
for
Garland.
a while. God.
So we don't know if it's going to be Cesar Ruiz. He looks nice. He could play maybe a guard as well, but
I wonder.
I prefer. There's other guys. I know they talked to Cushenberry in the beginning of the combine. When we were looking to Justin Jefferson. There's other guards that you could get later on. I think you got to get that defensive tackle, maybe Ross Blacklock. Maybe a corner. He might fall if you trade down. There's multiple corners that are falling. Lamar Jackson is really nice. You just have to pick and choose to fix the scheme. That's the thing.
Yeah, everybody likes Lamar. It seems he might be. Hey, you know what, though? At the 49ers, I wonder who's going to be a trade partner, if anybody, with the 49ers. What if they don't get one?
Broncos.
I guess they're going, probably.
Broncos.
They're just good buddies.
If the 49ers are passing on Ruggs, the Broncos are the best trade bait.
No, and the Broncos want Ruggs, too, from what I understand. So, Sheik, we ran out of time. Sheik, I'll be looking for you again in a couple of days. We'll talk more about Ruggs versus Jeudy. I love it.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, guess what, guys? We are in. Wash your hands.
Yes.
Raiders, you're sorry as hell. Rams are sorry as hell. Seahawks, what are you doing? Cowgirls, what the hell? Hey, by the way, did you hear about the Cowgirls when Dak the trash and Elliott with a 30 people partying going on, Ronbo, when it was supposed to be quarantined, but he had 30 people? That's why Dak is the trash, because he's supposed to get paid, but he has 30 people on his house having a party. That's
and I
whack,
bet they
man.
were not maintaining social distancing. So, you know what? Dak should have called the police.
Anyway, baseball. Hit that like for Rumble Sports and sub all platforms, man. And shout out to Rumble fans. So later, man.
Thanks, Sheik. Looking forward to talking to you. Couple of days, fam. Night. And there he is. Justin says we need a Ronbo mock draft. I'm low-key. You know, there's so many. There's not enough time left. I'm going to get everybody else in because we waited late because we were after the Super Bowl. We didn't get started until we did. And so, yeah. But I think we get another one. We got one more week, I think. Yes. Yeah, this Sunday. I got to get back. Shay! Ow! Shay Lewis! Come on in, Shay.
Ronbo.
Hey, fam.
What's up, Ronbo?
Shay, man, you were just sitting there having fun with the going back and forth. You know how we do. When it comes to draft night, everybody is like I told Trey, everybody works the front office and know what good and well is good for this team. People are passionate about their argument. But Shay.
Right, no.
All right, but Shay, you know, something we haven't touched upon, 31, if we don't trade out of it, and most of us, you think they're going to trade out of 31, right?
Yeah, I think I
do
just think
too.
they have to. I think that
I do
it's
too.
so much better for them to get a second and a third round pick instead of just picking
somebody at 31 just to force a pick
in the first round twice and then missing all of day 2, which I think there will be a lot of great talent and a great value in day 2.
But if they did, who would it be?
At 31?
Yeah.
Or
a lot of people
who do we trade for, or who do we pick?
Yeah, and there's that. But would it position-wise too? Would you go for the Blacklock? Would you go for Mims?
I
would.
would
You go for an OT?
I think I'm gonna say this real quick, Ronbo. And shout out to my TNT brother Dre, man. I think his draft was probably the most balanced draft I've seen out of everybody's because he literally handled all the crybabies who were crying for what they wanted, right? So first he drafted the Ruggs. So all the people who wanted a wide receiver, you got your wide receiver, you got your team fit to help Kittle. The people who want, I want a D tackle, I want a good D tackle pass rush. At least help relieve the void. Well, you got Blacklock, and then we need a cornerback. Our cornerback depth is garbage. I hate corner. He took 2 cornerbacks in that draft. He took the kid from UCLA, and he took the kid from Nebraska and Lamar Jackson. So I mean, the dude just literally was like, listen. This is the players that I like. This is what I think the 49ers should do. And listen to this. I literally handled every single one of you dudes crying in the damn comments, and I literally addressed all of it. And I think that's like the most balanced you could be. And I think he did a great, phenomenal job. Definitely did his research. So shout out to my brother TNT Dre. But Ronbo. So this is, I'm not gonna lie. Peter King is a very reliable source.
True.
So I'm not going to deny his reports. I'm not going to say he's wrong. And, it could be bait. The 49ers could just be going for a wide receiver. But they're doing a lot of interviews, Ronbo, and a lot of those interviews are D linemen too. Some of them are tight ends. Some of them are wide receivers.
Yep.
So it's just, like I said, it would be interesting that if Kyle and John think what everybody's thinking, that, hey, there's a lot more talent in wide receivers that I think we can get one later than there is for D tackle. That's the only thing that I'm saying. I'm saying this, that the D tackle drop off from Kinlaw and Derek Brown to the rest of the people are so significant that Kyle might be thinking we should get a D tackle and then maybe we can get Mims or another good receiver for the 31st pick. Or obviously I don't think Mims is going to be there, but a good wide receiver that they're looking for the 31st pick. Like, hey, they might be like, well, we might swap Ruggs for KJ Hamler. KJ Hamler's projected to go second, mid-second, early second. Well, the Niners might just take him in the 31st pick. We get the burner and we get the Kinlaw. So I'm saying, I'm just giving what I think that might be thinking in their head. But again, and nobody knows Kyle and John Lynch, like I say. And also, Ronbo, I know you keep throwing off. Yeah. Ronbo, you keep throwing off that Ruiz kid. That Ruiz kid's nice, but I feel like there's another center / guard, and his name is Jake Hansen, and nobody's been talking about him. He's a kid from Oregon.
He ran, I think, like the third slowest of offensive linemen. I think he ran like a 5.5 in the combine. But this kid is a beast. No, but Rombo, this kid is a beast, Rombo. I think he'll plug and
how
play.
How big is he? Why is he so slow? Well, that's not really slow for an offensive lineman.
He's I don't know. He's 6'4", 6'5", 290, and he had like 33 bench press reps. But Rombo, let me tell you this: his pass blocking is so phenomenal, Rombo. He did not allow a sack his first 3 years at Oregon. He did not allow one sack.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really like to shake hands, and I think you can get him for a better value in like the 5th or 6th round than you can for Ruiz in like the 2nd or the 3rd. That's just my opinion. The kid just on tape, he just looks really good. He likes the maul, and his pass protection to me is just phenomenal.
Okay, he likes the roughhouse.
But yeah, Rombo.
Because Weston Richburg, I would bet money that he doesn't survive the whole season. That's just what he does. And then you got Ben Garland, and I thought, man, what if Garland goes down? And then I looked, even last year I was worried about that. I guess a person could come in. Oh, that's not good. Yeah. So, it's a scary situation.
It definitely is, Rombo. And especially, too, like, don't forget, with Coleman as a swing tackle and then School, Brunskill is going to be the new starting right guard. I just want to let everybody know that right now. He's going to be the new guard per person.
No doubt.
So if Brunskill goes down and West Richburg goes down, you will have Garland, and then you will have the kid that they got from the Jets. I forgot his name. The guard from the Jets that they signed from the Jets.
Yeah.
He was on the Jets last year.
Something T-O-N.
Compton something Compton or whatever. He will be in, and then also too. But if Staley goes down and then School replaces, that means you're going to be relying on Sean Coleman to fill whoever goes down next on that swing spot. I mean, but all over the board. So just hopefully the O-line stay healthy, and hopefully Richburg stay healthy.
Yeah, because you know what? Can Coleman
there's a lot to think about.
Can Coleman play guard? I wonder. Because Brunskill
I know.
both.
Well, he plays left end, right?
Okay.
Right. Brunskill plays both. And
and
School only plays tackle. So, but also too, one more real quick before I go. Hey guys, if Kinlaw has tendonitis, please don't take him at the 13th pick. We do not need someone with medical history at the 13th pick. This is not Trent Baalke era. We've been doing great at drafting non-injury players for the longest of time. So let's just keep it that way. I think John Lynch has done a great job. If that tendonitis is something real, we already have a problem with D Ford missing 5 to 6 games a year. We can't have the 13th overall pick and only being 24, 23, missing 5 to 6 games a year too, though.
That's going to get worse, too. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Good point, Shay.
So, all right, Rombo. But shout out to my TNT family, Dre, Trey, Big Show, Jerry Fresh, Russo, all my guys. And Rombo, like I said earlier, thank you for the platform. Thank you for all of us in this quarantine to be able to voice our opinions and just forget about all the stuff that's going on in the world, Rombo. You're such a great outlet, and we love you, brother.
Yeah, Shay, thanks so much, man. Appreciate you. And I love you back, too. Guys, all right, Shay. Talk to you later.
All right, Rob, take it easy.
Too. And let's bring out Dre's dude, big body, Griff.
What up, dog?
Griff,
how you doing?
We get together. I'm doing great. How you doing? You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Because nowadays, you know how we've been asking each other that for all our lives, just sort of a thing you do. You don't really, you know the person's going to say fine, because ain't nobody ever say, oh, man, I'm too. No. Now it's for real how you doing, A plague in our lifetime. Damn. Anyway, I don't want to get into that. Griff, as you know.
Yeah, man. I got, before you go on, Ronbo, can I pop off on a few things?
Go ahead.
I think the dude you was talking to a couple people back named was Sheik.
Say again.
Is that his name? Sheik?
Oh, Sheik.
Was the guy you was talking to? Yeah. Tell Sheik next time he come on to have his facts straight, because first of all, Jeudy ain't been a man for years. He only a junior. First of all. Second of all, last year they did have Calvin Ridley. So tell your man he got to know this thing, and not trying to down him or nothing, but he got to know. And I hear, being on here a lot, listening.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of people say, okay, we can't take this person because this person is just like him, or this person is just like him.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, the truth of the fact is, outside height, and like I said, you can't go wrong with any of the 1 through 3. You can't go wrong with any one of them. But CeeDee Lamb is just like Debo.
Is it?
Second of all,
That's why.
Go ahead.
No, that's why I agree. I guess I don't know. Do I need CeeDee Lamb and Debo on the same field? I got what I got in Debo already, and he's already got a year's experience. I need what I don't have. That's my feeling on that. So yeah.
And if I'm correct, Debo's what, 6'1"? CeeDee Lamb is like 6'3".
Yeah, Lamb's a lot taller than
But
Debo.
he's not that much faster though.
No.
And that's what I'm saying. So like when you're looking at it, and then the guy's throwing out the stats, you're looking at the stats, and he says, well, Ruggs had this many. Okay, but did you remember Ruggs dropped 1 ball, and he dropped 4 balls in his whole career,
and put fear in a defense.
So if you're going off of percentage wise, then Ruggs got the best percentage out of all of them.
Yeah, because he doesn't drop the ball, and of his opportunities, boy, talk about getting full. I mean, he gets every inch of potential out of every opportunity. My God, and that's what I like. If I get the ball to Ruggs, but get something.
Right. If this is a little off track, but the guy that used to be the backup quarterback for Seattle.
Mm-hmm. So, he just died.
Prayers to his family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not to jump off track like that, but prayers to that man's family. And also too, the little homie Kendrick Bourne is here, right? He home. Quan Alexander been down here all week.
Is that right? Hey, him and Quan, they developed a bond last season.
Yeah, him and Quan have been here in Portland the whole week.
them as bros. And Kendrick was trying to tell everybody before everybody got all excited, hey, Quan is ready to play. I think he'll be ready to play soon. And we thought, okay. And all of a sudden it became, Quan's coming back for the playoffs? Kendrick told us about that a little while ago. We didn't believe it. And there it was.
Hey, check Kendrick's whatever that little thing he got, the ID
Instagram
thing or whatever, and watch how good Quan's footwork is. His footwork is better than wide receivers.
Oh yeah,
I'm telling you.
He's probably fully healthy now, even more so than he was during the Super Bowl. Quan was a little bit out of shape, and the injury's probably just a little bit left over. I can't wait to see a full 100% Quan back on the field.
Hey man, it's lovely. Hey, and also, this is my main point for calling in. The Ronbo Sports at gmail.com is your email?
Yeah. At Gmail. I'm sorry.
I emailed your Gmail. Yeah, I emailed you the link. See, that Kinlaw dude, he didn't do no real squat. He did a belt squat.
I just looked at it. I was laughing. And he had 2 dudes standing on the weights, and they go constitute that as 2,000 pounds. I'm sorry. You know what, Griff? I thought he shouldered it off the rack and dropped. I says,
Yeah, no. You it's, hey, I'm telling you, if you do a 2,000-pound squat, man, hey, I don't care what type of wraps you got on your body.
You ain't coming back up.
You're going to break down. Yeah, you're going to break down. If you ain't got nobody helping you, you're going to break down. That's crazy,
man.
Anything 2,000 pounds and above is gonna be a record.
I would not put that on a horse's back. An elephant would be tested. That's too much. Too much, man.
And
go ahead.
And another thing, I know we're jumping around, man, but anybody that knows football from experience, this is from experience. When you go to the pros, it's a whole lot faster than it is in college.
Right.
You got some of those college people that aren't still that fast. But off of experience, there are way faster people when you get in the NFL. So once you hit the NFL, everybody is just as fast as you are if you're in that little 4-4, 4-5 area. So it'll be different to see how Lamb actually handles that.
Griff,
you know what I'm saying? So,
what? That's the argument we're going to continue to take up next week because people don't understand. It's, you look good. He's the only guy on Oklahoma squad that was taking all the shot. Well, Griff, let's get at it because we're out of time. But I'm going to see you in a few days, or a couple of days. All right? Bring that up again.
Man, thank you for the platform you give us, brother. Yeah, thank you for that platform. And shouts out to my little brother Dre and his TNT family and everybody else on here. Y'all be safe and go Niners.
All right. Good stuff, Griff. Have a good night, fam.
Oh, no.
Yeah, see, that's it. People don't understand, man. He's doing that stuff that he's doing against. And from what I understand about Oklahoma's offense, anyway, we're good. Hey, Gil.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo? How's it going?
Nah, Gil, we're just shooting around the first round draft picks and arguing like we like to do before the draft to see who's right. Hey, you know what? We never, except for Big Show, nobody ever holds anybody else really hardcore accountable after the draft, though. I did enjoy, though, having picked Nick Bosa and refusing to budge last year. I'm not bragging. Yeah. I know somebody says, Ronbo, don't start, man. But Gil, what do you think about this, man? I'm looking at number 31 of the 49ers. Don't trade out. You're looking at maybe somebody like Ruiz because the offensive line is on everybody's mind. And then, of course, the ongoing drama. If you're going to take a guy at 13, is it going to be Ruggs? Is it going to be Jeudy? Is it going to be Mr.
It's going to be 13. 13, I think we got to go Ruggs if we're out of them three. 31, I like Cesar Ruiz. I brought him up before on your show.
Ah, okay.
I don't like him. I don't like him at 31.
No.
I mean, to me, I think a guard in the first round, he's got to be a Quentin Nelson or a stud like that. You don't pick up a guard in the
good point.
At 31. I don't think you pick up a guard in the first round unless he's a sure dominant.
Unless
you pick up
Nelson.
A tackle and yeah, unless he's a guy that is going to dominate for years. I like Ruiz. I just think he's more of maybe a late second round. So that's why I kind of want us to trade back. But here's an idea, Ronbo, is, everyone's talking about getting a D tackle to replace Buckner, and a lot of this is because of base downs. What about getting a D end that's similar to Armstead and sliding Armstead to tackle on base downs? They got, I'm over here in Boise, Idaho, and I'll tell you there's a man over here, Curtis Weaver out of Boise State.
Yeah.
Guy's got some good technique. He's Mountain West leader in sacks. I know he doesn't play he doesn't play the same competition as these other guys in the SEC, but the guy's, he's consistent. He's got a motor. There's no really flaws to his game, except for, if you look at him, his body type, and he's got shorter arms. But I mean, the guy's got good bend. When you're evaluating talent, I'm a big guy on the cone drills, and he's really fast. So what about getting
you say he's a guard?
Defensive? No, he's a defensive end. I'm saying, we're arguing about that 13th pick getting Kinlaw. What about getting maybe moving back if we, if someone offers us something, if someone offers us a good trade package to get that 13th pick, maybe Denver offers.
You might have to listen to that. Depends on how rich it is.
You might have, right. You might have to listen, and maybe you come out with a couple, 3 starters in the first 3 rounds and just moving back a couple spots. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to moving from 13 to 15, and getting, a couple starters. I think Shanahan's going to be a little higher on other receivers. I don't think we're going to get.
Yeah, that's the way he is.
We all love him.
He's going to see something nobody else sees in another guy. And they're going to get an offer.
I'm calling this, Ronbo. I don't think I like Mims. I don't think we'll get him later in the draft, but I think we trade back, and I think we get Michael Pittman from USC. I think Shanahan will really like him, so there's no real flaws in his game.
Gil, I got to tell you about Mims. I mean, Pittman, though. Pittman does a lot of things really good, but he has issue getting off the line of scrimmage. I think that would really drive Shanahan crazy. And if that's a bad rap against him, I'm not sure, but I read that. It's, you cannot get one of those guys gets beat up at the line of scrimmage. So,
Ronbo, I go back and forth to 13. I like Ruggs, but I think with receiver, the thing that really scares me is I'm not 100% sold on any. I like Lamb, I like Jeudy. I think they're probably a little more polished, but they're not a Julio Jones or AJ Green, those first round talents that are for sure. So it's like picking at 13. I don't know. What if Tristan Rifts, slips? I think we get a tackle if someone slips, and somehow there's some trade backs. And
those top 5 guys.
I'd rather.
Yeah, you automatically take them.
And I think that might happen. You never know. There's some crazy stuff that happens in the draft, and I know we want a receiver. We know that's what we need, but I mean, I wouldn't be angry if we get a Tristan Wirfs and put him at guard, and then he's our future tackle for 10 years. There's more value in quarterbacks and tackles than there is in receivers.
Those are your automatic skill. Nobody questions that. Even the big guy, is his last name Brown? That D tackle, he drops to 13. You got to take him. There are guys that are automatic. Anybody else, though, Kyle needs another wide receiver, as I said, to fill the void. You've already lost Sanders, and the only two guys you know about right now are Kendrick Bourne and Debo, because Trent Taylor's hurt, and we don't know if he's going to be staying unhurt. You got Jalen Hurd with a back issue. The rest of the guys are all questionable. So the wide receiver situation is not just a luxury this year. It's you better get one, especially in this draft with as rich as it is in wide receivers.
And I'm okay with Ruggs at 13. I love Ruggs, but at 31, I'm not. I'm not sold on Ruiz. I think if we don't trade back, if we keep that pick, I think we go somewhere else. I don't think we go with Ruiz at 31. I like him. Yeah. I just think that's a draft.
Do something better. You get a tight end, everybody's talking about.
Yeah.
What a time, Bill.
I heard.
Yeah.
All right, Ronbo. Have yourself a good night.
You too. Take care of yourself now. All right. Thank you. Take care of yourself nowadays means so much more than it used to, didn't it? Hey, there's Hayden.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Hayden.
Oh.
Who is this?
Hey, Ronbo. Hey, can I, if you don't mind me turning you off, Hayden, I apologize, Hayden.
Okay, really quickly then, because Hayden's been waiting.
Hey, I just
real quick.
No, I apologize, but I just want to say that the guy that called me out, 70 receptions or 40 receptions. What was that? What was it? Waddle? Come on, man. Yeah. I know what I'm talking. I know as a junior. Come on, get it together. But go Niners. Go Niners.
Don't be messing with Sheik. All right, Sheik. Yeah.
Look at the stats, bro. All right. Shout out to Hayden. I apologize. Go ahead.
Right. Yes. Hilarious. Oh, God. All right,
Hayden. Ronbo?
Yes, Hayden. Hey, getting ready for the draft, Hayden. It's countdown time. What are you thinking tonight, Hayden? 31 with Ruiz. Is something you would do if you don't trade back? And, of course, we just got through calling CeeDee Lamb. Why'd they wait till now? I don't know. But, Ruggs is still in the balance. Everybody, Ruggs is getting picked by more and more analysts. Everybody wants to see Ruggs in this offense, and with good reason. Because Ruggs is like that spark plug. You screw into that engine, turn the keys. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're ready to run now. Hit that nitrous. Oh! Hey, don't get me started. But Hayden, what are you thinking?
So wait, do you think it's just mind games of Kyle Shanahan of him talking to CeeDee Lamb or the Niners talking to him?
And I wonder who's he going to call next?
All the time.
Every year. Hey, here's a trivia question for you, Hayden. Who was it that the 49ers took to the Pancake House? Or no, IHOP.
He's on the Jets. I forgot his name.
Got it. Quentin Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you wine and dine. You got to do that whole thing before the draft. Get everybody going down the wrong path. And then, of course, you pick the player you want. The 49ers barely said anything to Nick Bosa. I think they talked to him once and a little bit. Nothing long or drawn out, But I knew it. I said, come on, man. Bosa's got to be the guy, especially if you get a chance to get him.
Yeah.
So, yeah. This year, I'm convinced it's Ruggs if he's there.
Yeah, if he's there, you got to take him. If he's not there, and if there's no free Golden Boys, then who would you take?
Good question, because you know what? I have a feeling, a very strange feeling. If Ruggs is gone early enough, the 49ers bail from 13 and get
I
draft
think
picks.
so, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not interested in Lamb.
Yeah.
All Lamb is a taller version of Debo. You're going to need to diversify that offensive attack. We need more than Debo's. We need something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We already have like the really, really, really tough guys that don't go down. We need like the speed, like guys that don't go down, but not just that big. We need like the speed too.
Right. And Debo runs better routes than CeeDee Lamb. So and
he has one more year.
Yeah.
And
that's right there. That's key. Debo's had 1 year with Shanahan already. So Lamb is a conversation they had just to be having it. I'm convinced of that.
Wait, and think about this. If Emmanuel Sanders was on our team week 1, who knows what Debo would have done?
Yeah. Well, you know what? He needed to get acclimated to the NFL speed. He needed to get acclimated with Kyle's offense, and he also needed to get used to Jimmy G. All those things are steps you got to take. He finally got it, though. In fact, we should give him credit for getting it as fast as he did. Samuel showed up and made him a little faster, but still, that was a lot of work.
Yeah, and what do you think about Jason Verrett and Dante Jackson?
I really wish I knew. I'm not going to say anything bad about him. Hayden, I really wish them well. And if they make the team, I'll be delighted because that means they earned a spot. And that means we're going to get the real Jason Verrett, and Dante Johnson will have taken a step forward, and he looks a lot better. Because they're not going to keep him otherwise.
Yeah,
Was
he hurt in the Steelers game? Because I watched you in the Steelers game. You're like, get Emmanuel Mosley in there. Was he hurt during the Steelers game?
Well, he was. He was hurting me. I don't know if he was hurt because he got in there and he just got beat. They just beat him like a drum right from the first play. They had just
not even. It was worse than Richard Sherman against Devontae Adams. He was like not even there.
Oh, whoa, Coach, let him sit down. Oh, that was bad. Okay, anyway, we don't want to get bad. Maybe he's ready now. Hey, we're out of time already, Hayden. Hey, let's see you in a couple of days, okay?
Okay.
All right, Hayden. Have a good night.
All right. Bye, Ronbo.
Bye. And this just in. Justin.
How you doing?
Justin, doing great, man. How you doing?
Oh, college life, all these online assignments. And then balancing work, life, and I work in a grocery store. It doesn't make it easy.
That's a very dangerous thing to be doing. You're wearing a mask and everything, though, right?
Yes, we are. Yes, we have
to. Good.
Currently, Sacramento's currently on, still on that extended. We just got extended too. It's been extended from April 16th to May 25th or something. I don't know, but I don't know. It's getting ridiculous. Please wash your hands, everybody. Please wash your hands.
Because you guys are having to go around the store and wipe things down. You probably got a maintenance crew for that, though, huh? Yeah, that's really a lot.
No,
of work.
we have people who are on the staff already that keep washing and cleaning every 10 minutes. Yeah. So this is Oh, but anyways, how you guys doing? How you guys doing, people?
Yeah.
You guys doing a blessed day? Everything's going good. I hope, right? Yeah. With this draft coming up 2 weeks, I feel like it's going to be good distraction for everybody in sports because it gets them excited.
Yeah.
It gets them excited, like, I wonder what my team is going to do. So I feel like this is a good distraction for sports fans everywhere. So, it's a good distraction.
Yeah, the thing is, as the weather gets warmer, I'm hoping that this virus takes a hit and starts to really slow because the curve is starting to flatten in a lot of places, and this is just in time. So, But anyway.
Yeah.
Justin, go ahead.
Yeah. I gotta agree with Sheik. I was really high on Javon Kinlaw, but I looked at his history and his injury. I was like, I kind of agree. I don't really see the point of taking an injured person at 13. Because we don't really need.
But Justin, it's not about him being injured. It's about him having a chronic condition. You already know that tendonitis is going to be with him for the rest of his career, and he's going to have to sit down.
Yeah.
It's going to set him down. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a big risk, because we were dealing with Dee Ford, and I think they're not saying it because they're being nice, because they signed a 5-year contract. But I could tell you, if Dee Ford is not playing for 17.
Wait. How many years we signed Ford for?
I think it was 5 years.
What?
I did 5. It was 5.
No.
I think. 5
oh
years.
my God. Oh, is it 5? No.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my. Okay, well, go ahead. I gotta go look that up.
So I'm telling you, in year two, I'm telling you, if he doesn't make it past because now it's 17 games because of the new CBA, it's 17 games now. So if Ford is not out there for maybe minimum of missing 2 games, you might think about trading him. Because I don't know how much longer you got to put up with that. I don't know how much longer. Either get the surgery or give us some of our money back.
It's not going to help. You can't surgically repair tendonitis. It's in your blood. It's going to erupt like arthritis here and there. You're going to be okay sometimes, and then you're going to have your flare-ups. God. Oh. But anyway, okay. In between that and pick number 31, Ruiz's name is coming up a lot. Is that a good idea?
Do you actually? But the thing is, do you actually think the 49ers have enough money to draft 2 first-rounders? Because we got to save that money for Kittle. We really do, because Kittle's got to get that big payout.
Another key point. No. They're definitely trading out that 31 pick. They're definitely trading that. I forgot all about that.
That's the reason they want to get rid of. They want to trade Goodwin, because Goodwin has 10. What was it? I think it's $9 million under the cap. You save him, you save $9 million. That's another $1 million we could save to pay Kittle. Yeah. And there's a Verrett and Dante Johnson. I don't see Dante Johnson making it to game 1. Maybe he's. I feel like he's just a camp body, because he's been with the 49ers for many years. He's been with the 49ers for like 8 years already. Until that year he went to the Seattle. But so I don't know about Verrett.
You're right about Dee Ford. We just finished 1 year, and Dee Ford played how many games? Oh, my. You know what, though? The 49ers can get out of this if they want, though. You know how Parag is. He's got that contract set up so he can get out of it. So, anyway.
Yeah. And then you have, and then everybody forgets Joey Bosa. His contract runs out after this year.
You mean Nick? Oh, you mean Joey Bosa next year? Oh, I see with the Chargers.
His contract runs out this year. And you already know the rumors are going to be heating up. Those rumors are going to be heating up. Oh, my God. But, Henry Ruggs is the best way to go. Henry Ruggs, because Lamb is a good – don't get me wrong. Lamb is a phenomenal talent. He's a phenomenal talent. He's a good blocker. He's a good, he's a hard hitter.
He's a good football player.
We have Kendrick. You have DBO. Yeah. It doesn't make really sense to go after Lamb. It doesn't make sense.
Well, just to get some rest. And you know better than anybody how to stay safe out there. So we're gonna go. I'll see you in 2 or 3 days, okay?
Yeah. Well, everybody, gonna finish up with this. Wash your hands and please practice eating social distancing. It helps us out a lot. Yes. And it keeps you safe, and keep healthy, Stay healthy, man. All so right. You as well, Ronbo.
I go to extreme. Yeah. All right, no problem.
Yep. All right. Yes, sir. Have a nice night, everybody.
You too, Jess. Bye-bye. All right. And we go in and see some. Oh, by the way, Rich Rivera, thanks. Rich is my brother. Thanks for your show. Henry Ruggs is going to drive every team crazy with Debo and Kittle. Social media calling it scary. I love it. It only makes sense. I got the nitro. I got the glycerin. Give me the explosion. Pow! Oh! So I'm looking forward to that. Man, I hope it happens. Mark, I see that. And it says a multi-year contract was the only roadblock in the 49ers acquisition of edge rusher Dee Ford in a trade with the Kansas City Chiefs. ESPN's Josina Anderson reported the two sides have agreed on a 5-year, $87 million, which is not expensive if he's D Ford, he's playing all the time. Oh, D, 5 years of my knee. Anyway, hey, and G. Rob says, hey, are you going to be live during the draft? Yes! Oh, my God, yes. I can't be without you during the draft. I love that stuff, man. T. Breezy says, Carolina Panthers paid Christian McCaffrey 4-year extension averaging $16 million per year, making him the highest paid running back in NFL history. WYT. But then they called Cam, we ain't got no money. Terrell Lewis. He says, you always draft for scheme fit. Absolutely. This is why Ruggs is the right guy. Even though there may be a better prospect at your pick, he may not fit what you're trying to do on offense or defense. So no point in bringing in all these people that can do what Debo can do. Get you that guy you don't have. Big Show's, it was Big Show. He was born in Camden, New Jersey. Oh, Cesar. Oh, yeah. You know, though, there's a Latino because in his last surname Ruiz and Cesar. So, you know, and he's from Florida, so there could be any number of things going on there. Mr. Blockeye says, I think Ruggs will fit our offense. I will say Jimmy G needs to get our deep passing yards to improve. I don't know how many 10-plus passing yards he had, but I think we need more of that. Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind. And James Brown, wow, I feel good. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I knew that I would now. He says, let's bring back T.O., Megatron, and Moss. That's my three amigos. Would be nice. And the lunatic. What do you think the 49ers will accept for a trade up to number 13 spot? You know. Boy, that's the $100,000 question, man. What will it take to get that away from the 49ers? And the 49ers will be hardcore on that because they really want somebody to deal on that pick. And who was that last caller? Just said 49ers aren't going to pay for 2 first-round salary on 2 first-round picks. Oh, snap! Absolutely! That's true! You know? Oh. Empire Strikes Back. Oh, my grandfather died today. Oh, Empire Strikes Back. That really is not good. Condolences, family. It really is bad news. And John, thanks, John, for that contribution. But Rich, it was grandfather just died. Anyway, prayers going out to you and your family. Empire Strikes Back. We've been looking at you going through the chat for a long time. So you hang in there, fam. Joe Griffin says, just watch some tape on Ross Blacklock, and I really don't see the hype. This is my 3rd time. We don't need him. Trust me. Go watch for yourself. He's writing in all caps. Blacklock must have looked awful. My God. In that case, you're probably not. Joe, you're probably not. Who is that noticed Blacklock? Joe, you're probably not the only one to notice. The coaching staff may share your sentiment. So not to worry then. Snap-a-G? That's a Snap-a-G. Maybe Snap-a-G? That's it. I love DJ Jones. Our front got us to the Super Bowl, and D-Buck had a lot to do with that. If we don't get a guy that can take a double team, they will put 2 on Bosa. Snap-a-G, they didn't wait for D to leave. They had they was double teaming Nick. You remember all those times you see Nick being knocked into the dirt, reaching up out of the dirt like some kind of demon? He had just got beaten up by 2 to 3 guys, including the tight end. You can double team Nick all day. And if he gets to the inside, it's a position thing with Nick. If you get him going out, you can take care of him. If he's on the inside, it's amazing. Watch him. They're not gonna stop double teaming Nick. They didn't stop. They started right away last year, especially after Game 3. Nick never was alone going toward that quarterback. But then if they do, that will directly affect Eric Armstead as well, though. So, you know. And it's also, as long as D Ford's on the field, double teaming and triple teaming Nick will get you into deep trouble. Will says, look out for Phyllis Londich in the next year's draft. Phyllis? No, it can't be Phyllis. You know what? If a big burly woman finally made it to the NFL, I would hope the 49ers would draft him. I'd be in tears laughing. If Phyllis went out there and started knocking dudes into the dirt, I'd be unconscious. Get up! Get your sorry butts up! Phyllis is here! Boy! It must be Phil. Phil Lost. I have a way of entertaining myself, don't I? Big Show says, Devonta Smith, Jeudy, Henry Ruggs, Jalen Waddle were the top receivers in the Bama offense, and in that order. 1, Devonta Smith, Jerry Jeudy's number 2, Ruggs number 3, Jalen Waddle. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Show, for the info. Oh, the 911. All right. I'm over here for Dre's mock for some reason. Okay. Fam, hey, I'm going to go ahead and roll on out and see you in 2 to 3 days. Unless something crazy happens, you know how that goes. It's that like, fam. And have a great night. Please take care of yourself. Do not do anything to jeopardize your health these days. All right? You know what to do. Niner!